them for all Salon people and then party them. Sarah J Media will be bringing you a variety of programs ranging from documentaries to discussions, interviews, news, views, sports, and entertainment. Our programs will contain matters on development, governance, the economy, and issues that are of importance to Sierra Leone. So, no left BNO because we get Bebe program then like Salon discussion, meets the ministers, the President's Hour and the Gladi program, Look Me, I Look You. All this they start soon na www.sarahjmedia.org. Now who's tem these?
Hill Valley Academy is a school that provides the very best opportunities for our students to develop, grow, and mature into young adults who are encouraged to become patriots as well as global citizens. We have high expectations and ambitions for all our students. We provide a caring, supportive, tolerant, and challenging environment in which all individuals can grow and flourish. A graduate of Hill Valley Academy is a well-rounded human being capable of making the most of what life has to offer. We actively encourage academic excellence with a sense of responsibility. We look forward to welcoming you to our school and to meeting you in the not too distant future, because together we achieve the extraordinary.
Hello, my name is Josephine Kamara. I'm the founder of You Can Do It Foundation. You Can Do It Foundation is a charitable organization based in Sierra Leone, West Africa. You Can Do It Foundation has been in existence for the past 2 years. We have been fighting gender-based violence against women and girls within the community. During the past 2 years, we have been offering psychosocial support, counseling, court fee, medical fee, including school items to the survivors of gender-based violence. However, during the lockdown of COVID-19, report received and confirmed that rape cases among a minor has increased tremendously within our community. Because of this, You Can Do It Foundation has secured the land to build an accommodation for the survivors of rape. However, this may almost become impossible without your generous support. We need your help to build this home for the survivors. Your help could be in cash or in kind. If you wish to join us to make a difference in a child's life, please go to our website, which is www.youcandoitcyf.org, or you can go to our GoFundMe page, which is Home of Hope for the survivors of gender-based, or you can contact us with the details at the end of this video. We thank you greatly for your generous support, and thank you once more for making a difference in a child's life.
My name is Miatta Fombula. I'm an economist, and every day I fight to change the way our economy works. I've seen up close the power of Labour governments to change things and to do the impossible. When the global financial crisis hit in 2008, I was working in the strategy unit for Gordon Brown's Number 10. I saw that with focus and political will, our government could move mountains. And it was in those months that I first understood that the change my parents taught us was necessary might actually be possible. My parents came to London as refugees when I was 5 and became part of the Sierra Leonean community here. They made impossible sacrifices to give my brothers and I the best start they could. I've been lucky, but for so many of the kids I grew up with, good kids from good families who were as likely to go to university as prison. The system let them down. My parents made sure we knew that this system that holds people down is wrong, that it deprives our communities of hope and ambition, and that we had a duty to change it. But I also grew up seeing the value of solidarity. When things got tough, people in our community banded together and helped each other out. And that's why I'm Labour. Because we know that it's not okay for just a few to do all right. We have to help everyone rise. The NHS, the minimum wage, we have always been the party of big ideas to lift everyone up. And now we need to do it again. I've listened to people from across Camberwell and Peckham. They're worried about the cost of living, the lack of homes they can afford. They feel that our schools and hospitals are at breaking point. They want change. Harriet Harman blazed the trail for women. Standing on her shoulders, I want to be Camberwell and Peckham's next MP, so that I can bring big ideas to Labour to make this change a reality and move mountains for this community. I've spent the last 5 years leading a charity that develops ideas that could transform our country. Free childcare for all, a living income so everyone can live well, a Green New Deal. Ideas I will always fight for, because I know who I am fighting for. I'm fighting for the kids that don't get a shot, for the parents who are making impossible sacrifices, for the people who are struggling to get by, the people who are Camberwell and Peckham. I want to use my voice on the national stage as your voice, to make your fight my fight, so that together we rise.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of Sarah Jane Media Live on YouTube and Facebook, and welcome to the very first edition with Head to Head. Head to Head 2023 is a program where we be done talk say with the green cam on Sarah Jane Media platform, because we believe say there is a lot of activities happening within this particular year 2023, and we believe say one of the most active activities within the community right now is politics. As we all know, politics is the day-to-day running affairs of the country where we dey and also we dey reside, and almost everything where we surrounded with. So we realize say most of the people from the diaspora are actively engaged in politics in Sierra Leone, which are welcome. So we believe, say, at this particular point in time, the aspirants don't get plenty bad name in Sierra Leone. The aspirants don't go through a lot of negative publicity, positive publicity. But I think the most of it all, and the fact say, most of the diaspora, we don't go into Sierra Leone and get involved into politics. They don't actually dirty the water for some of the diaspora the way they want to be actively involved in politics in Sierra Leone as well. So for that reason, we decide, say, 2023, we do head-to-head for ask questions to all the people and we get any kind of aspiration, either for their political parties, for their constituencies, for their country, for one in any capacity. We'll ask them questions. We'll make sure so they can come on the platform. And then they can tell you exactly what are the reasons and why make them want to become representative in their executive parties in various different parts of the diaspora within there, and also which kind of role will they go play if they actively get to be involved in the politics of Sierra Leone coming from this part of the diaspora. So we bring two of the most finest young lady and a gentleman we they aspire for two key positions then for the APC political party diaspora region. This not gonna nothing for do with Salon for now. We just discuss for focus on the issues then we feel certain people also we can talk to we about in regards to the diaspora. The diaspora, they make huge amounts of contribution to politics in Sierra Leone. The diaspora, they make huge amounts of contribution to the financial support, mental support, moral support, economical support, and even physical support in many cases. And we realize that because of all the contributions they also would make from the diaspora, one thing we Sierra Leone need to do now for take we very seriously. But guess what? When we get this new government, we take over government office, they decide for council the office of the diaspora. I don't even think people in the diaspora realize that the office of the diaspora does not exist anymore. And nobody asked the question. How much bad the office of the diaspora will be within the past 8 years of the Anescoma government, but still, we have a lot of Sierra Leoneans from all over the world. We move to Sierra Leone, engage in business, bring different kind of developmental strides that we can get actively involved in. So look, we'll not just sit down and the Sierra Leone government take us for granted because again, we want to be counted for what we are doing, for the contributions they want to make. So we decide, say, if you want to go into politics in Sierra Leone and within the diaspora, and you get any kind of aspiration, we realize we need to bring you come to this platform, talk to you, and ask you questions. So like I said earlier on, we are focusing tonight's program on two of Sierra Leone's finest in the diaspora. The one, a gentleman by the name of Mustapha A. Conte, aka Portloko Bobor. Then we can ask and within the name Portloko Bobor and the rest. And also we get another fine gentle lady. I need to say gentleman, it's a gentle lady. Of course, we're all gonna know her because I don't see her a lot of times and she's very active online. It's none other than Miatta Bainga, we commonly known as Sweetbonita. But I'll give the honors to the woman. Welcome to the program and tell you exactly who you are. But before you start, viewers, make sure that you share this program, not just to APC members only, but share them all over because every diaspora get the right for listening to them two people also because we feel safe that they're right and they can ask any questions. The phone line might be open at some point, but definitely as the program they go forward, we might have Juma back online and we will bring Femi at some point. So over to you, Miatta Bainga. So tell us who you are and just give a short background before we come to Mr. Mustapha. So over to you. Miatta, you're muted. Can't hear you. Okay, I think one pound for Portloko, you can release the audio so at least we'll be able to get Miatta to talk. Yes, thank you very much. So over to you, Miatta.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Miatta Bainga. I'm aka Sweetbonita, and I'm originally from the south. That's Kailan precisely, and Phylon. That's my little village. And then I'm staying currently in the UK, and I got 4 beautiful children. That's where I want to stop for now.
Okay, that's fine. Well, over to you, Mr. Mustapha.
Thank you, T-Boy. Thank you, Sarah Jem, for the extensive years of coverage when I don't get to every Sierra Leoneans, and no matter your own political affiliation, and I don't get opportunities to each and every Sierra Leoneans. Me family them, comrades in the APC UK and Ireland Young Congress, comrades in the APC UK and Ireland branch, when I district now, comrades in the diaspora, fellow Sierra Leoneans, I'm sending our greetings, and obviously we don't start a new year, and I'm wishing all a success years ahead. Me and our comrade Portloko Bobor, the name of Mustapha is a concept, but popularly known as Portloko Bobor. Obviously, I come out both the different regions in Sierra Leone, the north and the south, from both parents, and presently I live in the United Kingdom, and they aspire for the APC Diaspora Regional Young Leader position. Thank you.
Is the volume too low? Can you increase the volume for us online? Look, not get people like I know they can't keep you because I think they're all tense for the messages.
Okay, I don't increase that, T-Boy.
No, I don't know whether you end. Okay, well, I think so. Most likely something from your end. Well, that's fine. Okay, now look, come to Sweetbonita. I know you they aspire for the position of deputy chair in the UK chapter. Now, tell us a little bit about your involvement in APC politics and how you find yourself for being one of the aspirants for these particular positions we debate for.
Well, thank you so much, T. How I found myself within the APC, I was part of the former executive, which was the youth wing. And then based on our current constitution, which was the 7th of March 2022, the age limits make some of us not to participate anymore within the youth. So I had to move to the main executive branch. So based on that, and then the London chapter came as a new chapter. So definitely there were positions available, and I decided to go for the deputy chairperson for the London branch.
I feel like for vouch for this position as a woman, is it something that is common within the APC party in the diaspora, or is something that has been a challenge over the years?
Well, I think it has been a challenge, but so many women are coming forward because, again, like the person that came out for the chairman or the chairperson position was a male. So I was like, you know what, if we have a male chairman, then we should have a deputy female. So that was one of the reasons why I went. And people were saying, why did you go for the chair? I said, well, I don't want to fight for position. I'm going to stay where I am. But now as we speak, there are 3 people for that same chairman position. So again, it would have been 4 of us. So that's why I just want to like stay where I am, then I can walk my way through.
So do you look at the easy option, or you don't want to be fighting for a position that you think everybody will be imagining for?
Well, it's not an easy option because even the deputy position is not just myself. There are other people there. So that's something. But again, you always need to, it's not everybody that will want to be the front head. So always I like staying where I can feel comfortable and I'm able to execute my position or execute the duty that has been assigned to me.
I think we'll come back to that later on. Now, let me go to the gentleman, Mr. Portloko Bobor. Your position that you're urging for is the APC Diaspora Regional Young Leader. And I realize the age gap of youth has changed slightly. Are you still seeing yourself as a youth? I believe so. So first, let's talk about the differences in how the party came about realizing the youth age should either go down or maintain the same stability as it was or increase it. So what's the dynamics way the party play in making sure that the youth age gets full representation? So over to you on that first, and then we can come now to the position we aspire for.
Thank you, T-Boy. Obviously, for years now, we use the December 5th, 1995 Constitution. So in that Constitution, it gives the opportunity for either do a form of selection or an election. So over the years, we don't get comrades there. These are competent comrades there. Comrades there where they don't serve the party, where they don't do service delivery to the nation as well. But there was no specific age gap between. And obviously, with the comrades there, when are young people as well, when are youth, at the time it was classified as youth. where they will not pass the age of 35. Again, these are competent individuals there. So we then come up to the March 7, yes, 2022 constitution. Obviously, the APC party, they go through a transition in terms of putting things in place for Logo win 2023 election. There's been lots of court cases and petition and everything. So we finally get this new constitution will come into effect. In this new constitution, it states the definition of young people, specifically say the young people is defined between the age of 18 to 35 years. So then they give me the mandates and the responsibility for that go ahead and apply for this position and contest for this position. Notwithstanding, some of the comrades there where they be disqualified because they don't pass 35. Not to foresee they not be competent, but the new constitution, obviously, it has been to court, the PPRC will be therefore put modalities in place and they'll get more young people to come on board and vie for leadership position. So I make a come and vie for this leadership position.
So you feel very favored because I'm not saying that now you all want to say you don't have 35.
Oh, yes. I'm very much confident. Obviously, the interim transition governance committee, the current leadership are going through a robust checks to make sure we will vie for position at the Young Congress. They receive with documents, our passports, our ID, and we did between the age of 18 to 35. Obviously, I'm not going to take the risks and go to election and they petition me on the day. So yes, I'm between the age of 18 to 35, T-boy. Thank you.
So definitely, you talk about the checks in actually identification. I'm not saying you, but I'm just assuming now to say there are many Sierra Leoneans who have traveled from Sierra Leone with a different passport age. How do you want away? I'm not saying anybody do, but how do you want away possibly put the age for them at some level just because of how profits into certain categories? How do you cope with the fact that the age of youth now don't change? And now most of them don't find themselves for become an adult. And I will find it very difficult to understand the youth age in us alone. I think it was up to 40 at some point. And I'm thinking, why will the youth be classified as a 40-year-old man? Because that's basically not a youth anymore. So does it serve as an advantage for bringing you guys who are younger into the front line, or it serves as a disadvantage for take away the one way UNAFISI possibly have huge potential in terms of making that change for the youth population to grow or enhance them? What do you feel to say now the advantage and disadvantage on both sides?
I think there's an advantage, there's a disadvantage. Obviously, some of us have been through the youth system, the youth academy. Obviously, I start active politics in 2016 in the UK&I Ireland branch as deputy PRO. I was very vibrant, very confident. I know I can deliver, but obviously there is hierarchy, there is structure within the system, and you have to go through those systems. Some of us have learned. We've seen the leadership structures within the party and within the branch as well. But again, these are opportunity for people like myself. Obviously, some of us will not trigger anything in terms of taking the party to court. This we are done by other comrades where things say there should be some form of change. Therefore, be change at the party in terms of structure. So they take the party in court and ask, say, now let we get the young people there, let them back come up, let them get the opportunity within the party, let them vie for leadership position. Again, I'm very sad because I was one of those individuals where be the supports other comrades there way up past 35. I was at the forefront of their campaign, supporting their agenda for let them take up leadership position. I never knew that today I go sit down here, the vie for this big position within the party. I was in Gambia when the new constitution came into effect, and I had so many phone calls from comrades in Sierra Leone and in Diaspora encouraging me to aspire for this position. So it's a blessing in disguise, and I'm going to make use of this opportunity. Again, some of the comrades there, they don't affect there because of the new constitution, but I'm sure there's other position within the party and within the new constitution where I know say they will emerge victorious and serve the party as well.
So now let's go to the position itself. You vouch for be the APC Diaspora Regional Youth Leader. What in that entails and which area you cover? Because it's the Diaspora Regional. How they distinguish the Diaspora from the Diaspora Regional, and what's in the stuff that we supposed for being entitled to as the position we vouch for, which area you cover, which part of the diaspora, because we understand, say, the APC diaspora only cover UK and America, and other regions then are possibly being left out for some reason based on the new mandates we come up from the court. So what areas do you actually cover for the position where you vouch for right now?
All right, thank you, T-Boy. Again, the position is APC, Diaspora, Regional Young Leader. So we don't move out from the APC Youth Leader or the APC Chairman in terms of young people. So now specifically it's Young Leader, Young Congress Leader. So the APC, Diaspora, Regional Young Leader, obviously, if I succeed by the grace of Allah and become victorious in terms of aspiring for this position, I go there as the head of all the diaspora countries there. Again, these are over 25 countries within the diaspora. So that includes the USA, the UK, the Germany, the Holland, the Turkey, Canada. You go to Africa, you go Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, Gambia. It's so much, So I'll oversee all young people between the age of 18 to 35, within between that category of age brackets. Obviously, in the branches where now we don't change that to district now, you get the constituency. So the constituency can be London. So London, Manchester, Reading and Oxford, Bristol will have their own youth young Congress leader. Yeah. And then you come to the diaspora and to the district executive, where normally will be the same first and a UK and Ireland branch. We will get a young Congress leader again. So those young Congress leaders, they will be under my supervision in terms of supervising them, monitoring them, and supporting them in terms of let them get the skills and the knowledge about the party, and let get more young people on board for let them join the APC party. So it's around 25 countries I'll be supervising within the diaspora.
You know roughly the amount of youth we registered within the diaspora? Just a rough figure?
Yeah, no, so I not get an estimation on that. I can tell you, this will be one of my challenges there, where I know I get to go through as the leader of the Young Congress. Because imagine we'll be living at this part of the world. Some of us come out from Salon, we can at UK. We get the passion, we get the zeal. We love politics. We wake in the morning is politics, lunchtime is politics, and evening is politics. Imagine for young people there in the diaspora, young people who are born at the UK and other parts of the countries then at the diaspora, for let try forget them, for let they can't join politics, it's going to take a lot. So there is no estimation, but at the moment, we've got a plan in place for with all young people, as long as they belong to the APC party or they want to join the APC party, we'll get an estimation as long as the executive has been formed. So
I totally believe that Young Miatta is going to fall under that category of yours. So that counts to Young Miatta, we go for fall under a category, but not as a member, as a youth member, but somebody where they aspire for become a deputy chairperson. So Miatta, your position as a deputy chairperson, what's in the responsibilities then where you possibly get for entitled to as you serve as a deputy in that particular position? And what are some of the other criteria within your own reach, because your position is for chair London chapter APC? Which particular area you govern, if at all you get for being at that particular city? Which area of the London chapter that you govern? Is it just in London or London sub-region we get for involved Reading, the Midlands, and so on and so forth? So which area you cover?
Well, it's just going to be in London, because the Reading, they are already a chapter and they were always a chapter before us. So London is the new baby in town. So literally, like before, when we have the UK&I, which London was the main hub, now we have a chapter on its own. So literally there's the UK&I, then there's London. So that's how it's going to be. Then when it comes about my role, it's going to be where I'll be working with, let's say, my chairperson, the chairperson that is going to be in that position. And also after myself, I'm going to have the Secretary General, the PRO, the Treasurer. So definitely there are all these other executive members that we all have to work in unison, because that's the only way we can succeed. And the good thing about it is this is our first executive. So we're going to make it to work. It has to work because we are the new baby in town, and we're all, how would I say, we're all knowledgeable, because most of us were from the youth wing, and then some of them were also from the main executive as well. So literally there is nobody that you can say they don't know anything or they have not been within politics. So we are all aware of what is expected of us within the London chapter.
So give us a little bit of insight about your role during the youths, your period within the Youth League. What sort of activities were you actively involved in? Because for you to emerge from that area and then come into a mainstream executive, I think is something that is a big leap, like a big jump. So what sort of role were you playing during your days within the Youth League?
Well, when I was within the youth wing, I was the deputy hospitality. And again, with that, because one thing we have always done within the APC or within the youth wing was all of us working in unison. Because, for example, when it's time for fundraising, we just don't leave it to the finance or let's say to the welfare. We all help one another, even though people have their roles, but sometimes others are busy. For some reason, some people are ill, so we all come together and work. But again, as I said, based on that, there have been all the activities that we have been taking part on, going out to do campaigns, go down to Freetown, because every time we travel down to Sierra Leone, we'll definitely have one or two ideas that we'll bring back home. And there are things we see that we bring back home and says, you know what, we can implement this in our own areas. That was within the UK&I youth wing. But now it's no more, it's going to be the London chapter. And you said it's a big jump. For me, I don't see it as a big jump because I was within the youth. Now I'm moving to the main executive. So that's how we are growing.
So in that main executive, how many women are aspiring for positions there? Do you feel like you're possibly going to be one of few of the women who possibly might have that intention to aspire for executive positions?
No, there are so many women. As I said earlier, we have 3 members applying that have sent in the application for the chairperson. There are 2 female and 1 gentleman. So for deputy, that's myself and then a gentleman. So it's just like that. And I'm so grateful again because women are putting themselves forward for position. Because for me, one thing I've always stand with, which my former preso, that's by Mahmoud, will say, oh, you always like to say woman, woman. I'm like, yes, because if there's a man, there should be a woman. You don't just tell me I sit and I start clapping. No. I need to be part of that decision making. And I'm so grateful that so many women are coming forward for positions. Even though our constitution gave us the opportunity to have 30%, but I'm appealing if every woman comes for every position, we'll have 50. So for the next constitutional review, maybe we're going to have 50-50. Very soon we'll have 70-30 because there are more women than the men. Why would they have more position than us?
No, I believe over the years I've been seeing a lot of active women in front line of APC party politics in the diaspora. And were you part of that, which I believe, at any point in time, did you feel like you were not given enough responsibility to take leadership roles, or you were just there in participating in terms of giving all your support, but not been given the opportunity to take an executive position? Do you feel at any point in time over the years that this was like a disadvantage for the women in the party, for the diaspora, especially in London?
Well, for me, I won't look at as a disadvantage because, again, it's based on people's own capacity and what they want to offer. For me, every time I've asked my 2 leaders that I've had, which was Malcolm Conte and current, which is Adams Bangura, when I ask for things, I get them because I have a way of making sure that I get what I ask for. And also my comrades that I work with, when they know Sweetbonita asks for this, she will get it because I will find my way around it. Even if they says you have to do 10 press up, I'll make sure I do 11. So at least I do not stop at 10. So I have always worked myself to be wherever I want to be. And that's something that, again, all the team or all the comrades within the youth wing have been working with me, and I'm grateful because, again, if you're working with people, they don't believe in you, they don't support you, then it will be very difficult. So this is why you see me all the time. You see my face and you see PLP. It's like 2 people.
I will have to come back to that, and I will hold you on to that because, again, like you said, if they ask you to do 10 press up, you will do 11. I need to know where that extra energy is coming from. But I'll come back to that anyway and get you to say a little bit more in that particular area. But on Mustapha, I know the diaspora youths specifically has been a huge challenge within various different political parties, and we've seen the role of youth in active politics in Sierra Leone. What difference do you think the youths in the diaspora possibly have with the difference in the youths in Sierra Leone, to be specific, in terms of youth participation in politics? What do you think that is going on right now that you're happy or not happy with, or you might think, okay, you might be able to make changes where and how and when?
Thank you, T-Boy. So I think we should be representing young people as a whole. That's our responsibility as young people. And obviously, if I succeed in terms of being the next Diaspora Young Congress leader, the most important aspects, one of my strategy will be an advocate. I will need to go out there and advocate for each and every single young people. I think obviously, previously we've had opportunities whereabouts we will get young Congress conferences in Sierra Leone, and obviously they will send invitation to win at the Diaspora UK, to be precise, and we will get probably 2 invitations for us and representative there. And come to know of it, they produce the highest amount of fund for the party in Salon, the Diaspora. From
the Diaspora.
Yeah. We go about and lobby to every single member in the Diaspora. And T-Boy, mark my word, the people there, the grassroots members of this party, they love the APC party. If they see some man they get in last 10 points, last 20 pounds, they will put it for the APC party. It shows how members are committed, how members want the APC party to come back in governance. So my responsibility, number one, will be to go out and advocate for these young people. I want us to go to conference and ask the president, because me bargain for work under the president, we get for the in charge of when are the president of the National Young Congress. Now, after the president, now you will get somebody like me now. I want to be able to sit with the president and speak my mind and say, Mr. Yes, comrade, we get young people in the diaspora. Yes, young people there, young and vibrant young people there. It's not only about Portloko Bobor. Let's forget about Portloko Bobor. Portloko Bobor don't make the name. Is very well known within the party structures. Is very well known in his community. So either way, Portloko Bobor able to sell himself. And if APC party come in governance, Portloko Bobor will definitely have something and work for the government. But what about other young people? When they able to speak like Portloko Bobor, when they able to represent themselves, when not get the opportunity for let us sit down with probably the leadership of the party, the flag bearers, members of parliament and stuff. So I want to break that gap between, let we not get third party where they talk for we. I want, when I go to an office, to sit with an APC leadership. Yes, I want my young people to come on board. I want us to sit down and negotiate and advocate at the same time. So these are some of the opportunities that I want to bring on board with my team. By the grace of God, I know say we will succeed as a unit.
So what are some of the advocacy stuff that you want to bring across? Because again, I will be asking, okay, youth participation actively in Sierra Leone politics out from the diaspora end. What are some of the things that you lobby for? Are you going to be lobbying for them to have positions in authority or access to opportunities or what? Because what make I ask you so now, because I want to make you possibly, I not say sell you manifesto yet, because that would be like a manifesto pledge, but I don't want you to go down that road. But if you think it's relevant, yes, you can do so too. What think will be some of the stuff that we go begin bidding for in terms of youth participation, which you go to lobby for? How you want to make them benefit? In what area?
Thank you, T-Boy. I think it varies. Again, we don't see the recent pandemic of the drugs issue in Salon when at the push, where young people they take a now and they go off. That's because there is no structure set in place. The Mother Bureau governments don't fail with the young people of Sierra Leone because there is no structure set for young people. Again, there is no vocational training for young people. There is no standard of education set for young people. So again, part of my lobbying skills, part of my advocating skills is to sit down with the leadership of the party and hopefully the next APC government and say, okay, now some of the young people are not fortunate, forget the forms of education where they need. Is there any other opportunity? Some of these young people are very good at business. You know, why we not go support these young people and look at business specific, how best we go support them and empower them. Let it be business people. Obviously, we get young people back where they need forms of scholarship for let them go learn and empower themselves. So I'll be at that forefront, not to talk about the governments. Tibo, mark my word again. When APC comes in governance, I'll be down there in Sierra Leone, knocking on those doors, advocating for young people, because the Ministry of Youth and Sports, the Ministry of Children's and Gender Affairs, director positions within the governance, you know, and ministry position, we get young people and now we're very competent. I'll give you an example. We get a young man in Sweden, Comrade Igalo. Now a young man back will be the aspirant for this leadership position as well. Somebody who don't get the institutional knowledge of the party, we don't serve the previous governments at the time under Anesbai Koroma. He understand the youth structure, the young Congress structure, is very equipped in terms of his knowledge and in aspiration, what he wants. We sat down, where Impact be want this position. We also get similar ideas. But again, these are two vibrant and young people in the diaspora. We say, no, we no want feds. We are the only set of young people within the party as a whole, even the flag bearer, when we not fit for position, T-boy. We sat down, we get something what they call consultative democracy. We discuss, we put down with ideas there, what we want to do. At the ending of the day, it decides, Portloko Bobor, at this point in time, not so because you better pass me, or not so because you get money past me, or not so because you land book past me, but I just believe say you go able to push me in terms of going forward. He stepped down for me, he's going for the Secretary General, I'm going for the leadership. So this is what I want among young people. We don't need we politicians again for let they can't be two we, they can't set fire and fight we. So I'll be at the forefront of governance, advocating for some of these young people.
So are you practically saying to me you are automatically unopposed, or you have opposition fighting for the same position like you are?
I wouldn't say that. You know, politics, even within the last minutes, anybody can come out against me. Yeah. But I can tell you, I've worked so hard for this position. I'm very much confident in my ability to deliver. I'm very much confident in my capacity to hold this position, which is the highest position within the diaspora of young people, and deliver for the young people. So I've done my assignments. I've lobbied the delegates. I've sat with them. I've traveled all across Sierra Leone to the diaspora. I've gone to Denmark, Canada, America. I've gone to so many countries. I've sat with the young people. They know exactly where I'm coming from and Usawa, let we go as a party. So at this point in time, yes, I'm the leading candidate. Some of my comrades have stepped down and now they support me. I don't know what's tomorrow going to hold. It might be we'll get somebody who will for come out against Portloko Bobor. But I believe when we go to the ballot box, I will emerge as the young Congress leader.
All right, I guess I'm still to come back to you on, but I'll go to Sweetbonita. Sweetbonita, I know so you get for the under the wing of Portloko Bobor at some point. So what sort of independence do you think the party structure will give people like you to be able to execute your duties without sidelining you or without micromanaging you, especially the fact that you don't go through a lot of discipline within the youth league? From there, you don't serve in various different capacities within the party structure in the UK, especially in London. So how independent is your position going to be without having any kind of interference from top level of governance?
What it's going to be like is when the executive is set, we'll try to do everything possible within the executive. It's not us going out to cry. If somebody comes with their own ideas or their own suggestion, we'll look at it and see as a unit if it's something that we can work with. Because again, what will work for, let's say, the other organs might not be working for us. What will work for other regions might not be working for the London chapter. So this is one thing. And also when you look at the London chapter, it's one of the biggest chapters within the UK&I. So definitely we have to come to some kind of compromise, working with other organs to see which way forward to move. Because I've said London is literally the new baby. So definitely we will try to knock on some ideas from other other chapters, so that they'll be able to say, oh, this is how we're doing it. And they'll be like, well, we think we want to work this way. Sometimes the new way will be the brighter way, so everybody will just follow suit. So that's something that we have to work. We need to be able to communicate with one another. Without that, then we will not succeed.
There's been a lot of controversy within the London branch in terms of leadership control and some few other mechanisms. If you emerge to be the deputy, how do you think you're going to bring everybody together in terms of not peace, because we always talk about peace all the time, but we yet to see peace happen. But how are you going to bring all this other membership together that possibly haven't won for the position that you're vouching for, and also those who possibly might lose in other positions? How do you think you'll be able to bring them on board and have one force going forward?
Well, this is one thing we are also talking about at this early stage, because as we're going for positions, it's not just myself, there are other person contesting for the same position. So the same applies to others. It's only one person that is going to win. So if it's one person that is going to win, then definitely we all have to work together. And again, we are saying when you're doing your campaign, please try not to smear other people's character, because at the end of the election, we all want to work. You will definitely want to tap into somebody else's idea. And if you make that kind of animosity with somebody, they will not want to even talk to you. And we don't want that to happen. This is something that we are always preaching to ourselves. Like, we work as a unit. Yes, everybody's doing their campaign, or we campaign as a team. But at the end of the day, I'm not coming to say, don't look at Sweet. Oh, Sweet is like this. No, don't look at Bonita. No, I'm not going to do that. I want to say, if anybody's doing their campaign, we need to respect them and try not to disrespect other people. Because tomorrow we will need one another. There is no way. After election, then we have the party to rule. Then we have the whole institution to go with. And then if that means you've won bridges with other people, then they'll be looking at you. Even if you're getting crushed by a train, they'll just leave you there because they're like, you've done that, so that's your business, you deal with it. But if we all come back together and says, you've won, you've lost, congratulations, and then we move on as a unit, because at the end of the day, not everybody is going to succeed. That's something that we have to be mindful of. And it doesn't mean because you did not succeed, you're going to find grudges over the next person. No. For me, that's something I don't want to have with anyone.
So aspirants are emerging from all corners at the moment, because since yesterday or since the beginning of this week, I have seen a lot of new aspirants emerging from different corners. Where is the cutoff point?
No, well, again, the cutoff point was on the 19th of December, 2022. But again, since it's politics and it's within politics, what we're doing, people are doing consultation. So for example, I was supposed to go for a different position within the diaspora region. I had consultation with people. They're like, can you please help? So I'm like, okay, that's fine. I will come back to the UK. So it doesn't mean because I've pulled out a flyer before for a different position. So people are literally swapping positions because there has been a cutoff date. So now people are just trying to fill in positions that they know they'll be able to execute because they don't want to have a clash with other people. That's where it is. So it's not like brand new. It's just people that were in there were like, you know what, let me just move there. I don't want to have a fight. Because at the end of the day, we don't want to have that thing you have 1, 2, and 3. So who is going to be the head? Because this one will say, you're not better than me, I'm not better than. So we just want it to be that single in every position. So at least it will be functional. It's not going to be. No.
So I take it there has been a huge amount of consultation behind the scenes.
Yes.
Will that be beneficial going forward? Because there are positions possibly by someone might not be capable, but for the fact that that position seems to be vacant, the person might want to step into that particular area, thinking there's going to be less or no competition for me if I get into that particular position. What are the criteria behind the consultation? Is it based on your credibility to deliver in that particular position for you to be leading it, or is just the fact that everybody's taking chances?
No, it's the ability that you can deliver. Because again, we all know that it's not just one position somebody will be able to execute it. For example, you have somebody in a PRO. Now, before, for example, we had PLB. It was a PRO. Now he's going for a chairman. So it's like that's 2 different positions. But again, it's somebody that is able to execute both of those positions without having any issues. So it's not like because they've gone for that, they are going for the other one, they can't do it. No, they can do it. But again, you look at things, you're like, you know what, I need to step up my game. I need to go forward. And we're all here to grow. We're all moving from the youth wing coming to the London. That's the main executive. So we are all growing. And everywhere we are, again, the first question you ask, why did I not go for the chairman? I need to learn, I need to grow. And I'm sure that is the best option, because if you're at the top, then who are you going to learn from? For some people, when they're on top of you, they will not even want to take any advice from you. But if somebody sees, this person, even though they are below me, but I think they have more institutional knowledge than me, they will come back to you and say, oh, how can we do this? And I think that's the way I want to work with the chairman that we're going to have. That's what I want to have with my Secretary General. That's what I want to have with my PRO. Because if it comes for me being a PRO, I will function in that particular position. If it's for me to become the Secretary, I will. But again, everybody will say, you know what, let me leave this one for this person to do. They can do it. And again, we need to allow people to also grow. We can't just say, no, you can't. People will learn from the job. And we've seen the apprenticeship. So definitely that's one of the things.
Well, that's good. If you're just joining us, you're watching Head to Head 2023 on the Sierra Media platform. Portloko, welcome to you. And like I just done with Sweetbonita, one more interrogation. Well, not interrogation, one more question. When is the election, and how transparent is this election going to be? Because we've seen elections in the past conducted by your political party, and everybody has gone for the voting system. Everybody voted and they voted and they voted, only to realize it's going to be selective. So when is the election, and how transparent is the election going to be? Is it going to be ballot box and people walking in to vote, or voting behind a curtain? What sort of structures is behind the election itself, and how is it going to be conducted? Are you going to allow people like us to supervise, to work in and out, and making sure that everything is happening according to the way it should be? And when is that election going to be taking place in London?
Well, at this minute, we haven't got a date, because I'm sure if you can remember, that was on Thursday, we had the PPRC have said all elections should be put on hold until further notice. And again, today we have an update that the hearing will be on Monday, the 23rd. So definitely that's on hold. But again, I'm appealing to all APCNs to please allow Sierra Gem to be there, because again, it has to be a voting system. Because one thing, the new constitution says it has to be voted. So let's say, for example, if even the person is coming for a position is going to be unopposed, do still have to vote. So at least the vote is counted, then everybody knows it was voted. They did not just say, okay, you take it, nobody can know. Even if it's
not so that kind APC election where Pashekibi they make it, they put 2 boxes, so, and then the 1 box now for the other box now for everybody.
No, it's not going to be, because if one person definitely is one box that's going to be there. There's no point of wasting resources. So, but if it's 2 people, definitely there's going to be 2 boxes, because also we have this opportunity where the the TIEMC, yeah, that have said apparently you can find somebody that you trust to stand in your favor to watch, or you can do it yourself. So there's no way somebody to say, oh, I was not given the opportunity. Oh, they didn't know. It's there. And we've been informed. So literally things that are happening, for example, in Freetown, we are seeing it. So we are learning from it that the same thing will not repeat itself here, because we don't want to go through any kind of, somebody say, oh, there's a petition. It's a waste of our time. Some of us have been changing ticket. That is costing us money. And for me, I'm like, what you people doing? Changing a ticket every time is like £250, £300. It depends on the dates that you have. I was supposed to travel on the 23rd. Now I can't, because I don't know what's up. I was supposed to travel on the 25th. I can't, because I don't know what's up. So this is just what it is. It's costing us. But again, we hope and pray that after Monday, we'll know what exactly is going to happen, because it's not easy. At this minute, I cannot tell you it's going to happen in 1 week, in 2 weeks, or Monday or Tuesday, because until the court hearing on Monday from both the PPRC and Adrian Fisher, then we can know when our elections are going to take place.
So basically, you're going to have electoral commissioners in the UK that are going to be responsible for conducting that elections here, right?
Yes, they are going to be people elected by the TIEMC.
All right, I think it's struggle for no left that abbreviation. Portloko Bobor, I'll not say you have been involved in terms of working with the youth for possibly your entire life in APC politics in the diaspora. Youth have been branded to be one of the most disruptive members of political parties in Sierra Leone. And I know indeed within the APC as well, youths have also been branded for causing trouble within the party structure. And I know you've been among the youths of political parties, especially APC in the diaspora, and you've seen a lot of some of these activities that have been unfolding in front of your face. What sort of mechanism do you possibly going to bring on the table for that mentality of youth participation in politics that is so violent, aggressive, and abusive will be a politics of engaging them in positive reactions for their own benefits? How are you going to work on that?
Thank you, T-Boy. Again, it's very practical. We'll focus more on educational side of things, sending out messages out there. Again, just like how they don't brand the young people within the party as ragamuffin, as terrorists, and we are not. We are not terrorists. We are not ragamuffins. Yeah, we are decent young people, young Sierra Leoneans. Again, young people, they do very well in life at this point in time. T-Boy, I can tell you, say, at this point in time, I've not been elected officially yet in my capacity for represent the young people, but I don't start already the process of engaging some of these young people. Now, there is a very tense campaigning going on in Sierra Leone among the young people that wants to be the president of the National Young Congress. I've had meetings with some of these young people. I tell them, say, listen, they can say the politics dirty, yes, politics dirty, but it's all about integrity that stands out. If you stand out for integrity and decency, yes, you go out there, you campaign and send out your message. I believe you win the votes from the membership and also the delegates. So I had this meeting with some of these young people. We sat down, and then like today, we've got this very good and professional relationship. For me, Portloko Bobor is Portloko Bobor. You don't need to like me to work with me. All my principle is about professionalism. Let's work. What's it in at the paper, follow, deliver for the young people and for the party. So if I become the young Congress leader, I should be able to put mechanism in place in terms of educational function, because now we get young people and now with the kind of politics and the party, they don't know the history of the party. This is why somebody like me are very fortunate. I've gone through the youth system. I don't learn from my mentors there. Mr. T-Boy, please permit me to mention some of these individuals where they don't create positive impact in my life. Towards my political journey. I get the likes of Abubakar Kamaratilo. It was the special advisor to Anes Baikroma during the APC government. This gentleman don't play a significant role towards my political aspirational life. I get the Bai Mahmoud. Bai Mahmoud was my former boss in terms of the presidency of the National Young Congress. He don't instill so much confidence in me and supports me throughout the years. I get Honorable Cherikoko. He's my brother, he's my mentor. I sit with him, we discuss and engagement in political affairs, how he wants to be a politician where they can help young people and help the country. You can at the UK, I don't learn under two experienced and important gentlemen there. Malcolm Conte, he give me the opportunity for I believe in myself and now go out there and send a message to young people. I get Adams Bangura. He's now the outgoing young Congress leader. But again, it gave me the opportunity for I to facilitate and do activities within the branch as well. I get the outgoing chairman Mustapha. Yes, they all play significant role in my life. But if I sit down and mention this name, I can't mention Miatta, Sweetbonita. It's not going to be a justice. T-Boy, Miatta is someone very special, someone very unique, a very strong woman whether into politics. I remember where I come up for the position of youth leader in the UK and Ireland to take over the district. Miatta was also aspiring for this position. And Miatta is very competent, she knows people as well. She's very popular. I've been known for being a tight race between myself and Miatta. But guess what? I believe in consultation and engagement. We sat down and discussed. At the end of the day, Miatta if for left for me, Lago as the youth leader, Inca as my deputy. But again, we campaigned for almost 1 year, some months, and no workouts. They like it today, about to go for something else, maybe to go for something else. But we've stayed in touch. We've supported each other. She's been my backbone in terms of politics, supporting me. I've been her backbone as well in terms of supporting her. So this is how you know young people within the current political dynamic at the moment are creating positive impacts, so that at least tomorrow, when opportunity comes there for let we serve, we'll go able to deliver for the country. So this is all educational process where we learn for know about ourselves and know about other young people.
Change the one status quo. You talk about transparency, accountability, and a lot more of integrity in politics. Youth have been accused of so many bad things that I don't mention earlier on, and also corrupt practices. And we know for say right now, this new politics we want for practice in our salon is based on accountability, transparency, and also integrity, which is one thing that you possess a lot, because I don't track you down in so many different ways then in your political career over the years. And I believe, say, you have possessed most of these qualities then we are the highlight as concerned within the youth population when it comes to politics in Sierra Leone. How can you hold youth accountable for mishaps then we possibly will go through, or things then we they're not able to give accounts for, especially if you not the person will commission some of their activities then later on and they fail to deliver? What sort of consequences are they going to be faced with, or what sort of criteria in terms of your disciplinary status of how you want for the party be rigid in terms of making sure that things are done in a proper way? There is an open book policy with a huge amount of accountability and transparency. How are you going to work on that? We know one of the biggest challenges that I know we don't face within all, possibly cut across all political parties in Sierra Leone. What difference will you make?
Thank you, Tiboy. I think I'll set the example to myself, because maybe the young Congress leader, again, I need to be, I need to make sure, say, whatever get for do with transparency and accountability, I'm always at the highest level. So at least all my way they work under me, where they see, yes, they go make sure, say, things should be done properly. Again, yes, the structures have not set in place yet. We'll not put things in place yet because we have to go through the election process and everything. But at this point in time, just within a very short time, you know, I don't go about all around the diaspora, getting young people. We don't start for all general meetings. In this general meeting, we make our expectation known, myself and the secretariat, because we are the two most powerful organ within the structure. So I sit down with me, Secretary General, and say, these are my expectations. What are your expectations? When we get Young Congress meeting, how long you get for take for we will produce those minutes, because it's very important. Let we see minutes with discussions there. And now we get a leeway in terms of within the next couple of days, we don't produce those meetings. Within 3 to 4 days, ever go over a week, we don't produce those minutes. I remember again, once we get into executive position, people tend for overlap and work in other people's position. I think people need to understand your role and your responsibility. My role as a leader is to oversee every department and make sure, say, we produce the results where we want. I can't much interfere now the financial secretary, the own department. So now they get a young man from Denmark where they aspire for the financial secretary. I don't engage her, we don't get a session in terms of opening an account where it will be accessible for everybody who will be able to transfer money again. But not only transfer money, we need to see regular bank statements. Mr. Tiboy, because politics, I can always say, me as the leader, the moment I start to make mistake, then that's the end. Yes, because people start to question my integrity and my transparency record. I'll just make my declaration, Mr. Tiboy. Now, UK, imagine for sellouts over 200 tickets to the UK population is a very, very difficult task. But I sold over 200 tickets, £20 and £50 I raised over 7,000 pounds. What going at the all for me declaration. I announced as soon as I check my bank statement, the amount of money today, I announce it to the membership and thank them, say, now this money I raised. These are my plans in terms of utilizing some of this money and supporting the party as well. It's all about transparency and accountability. When people pay money, you acknowledge them and you say thank you to them. You know, if people can't deliver in their specific offices, then we get something they call supervision. We get reviews. We can sit with these young people and support them in terms of going forward. So me, I'm all for integrity. I'm all for transparency and accountability.
So now that you declaration way I get beef for because you not invite you for that declaration, but still get that beef anyway. But we'll settle that beef later on. So basically,
idea, please.
No, I keep the beef. The beef come for that. I keep.
I apologize.
I use this opportunity now. So yourself and Sarah Jem, I said here are the Fodona and our foods are the beginner. There's bigger things ahead. I'm going to invite you. You
know, I forget beef with me, because if you get beef with me, that problem.
Oh, definitely, I agree. Definitely.
Please forgive
that was just a joke. But on a very serious note, so basically, you're going to be able to form your own executive within the youth wing and work independently away from the main body, but you will be reporting to the main body. Is that what is happening right now, or is that what you're looking to aspire to do if you definitely get to take the position?
Thank you. So we only get one APC constitution. Okay. We only get one APC working document. In as much as we all get for be a one organ system in terms of approach and method and offices, I get for the reports to the presidents will get for oversee me. Yes, but when it comes to the diaspora side of things, my office and the young people in the diaspora will be in charge for consolidate the young people, the finances and the welfare of these young people and reports to my boss in Sierra Leone. But at the end of the day, we all the same from the same in sheet for how we will deliver for the party.
So your executive body, you the former, as in as the head of the diaspora regional young leader, it means you the form your own body. Now I have the question. As in you get your own, okay, you get your accountant, you get your own secretary general, you get your own representative, now all the different chapters, then you could possibly put together in a consultative meeting if you get a proposal you want for dish out to the entire region itself, because you're not governing a small region, you're governing possibly the entire world. So basically, are you going to form an executive that is going to be running that particular affair? Because it's a huge task. How are you going to be able to execute that task? Because it's very huge. Now, like being the president of the world right now, for the youth, them, for APC,
yeah. Are
you going to be able to have representatives? So what sort of government or what sort of executive are you going to put in place for execute most of the tasks? Because your task is very huge.
Thank you, T-Boy. So again, let me make this clear to the viewers out there. The new APC constitution don't give all man the responsibility. It's a democratic process for you to go out there and vie for a specific position. So this is where myself and so many young people come on board and complete the application where they give the eligibility criteria for they apply for this position. Not only apply for this position, you need to be an APC member, a paid up member, and also complete the application and state exactly the position where they apply for. And also you need to put the serial number of the APC membership card, and you need to get 2 guarantors there. So, of course, I'm not going to form an executive as being the leader and then select whether they are what select for run the office. No. So what we don't get so many young people there from different countries than at the diaspora, where they don't come up and say they want different positions there. From the deputy young Congress leader, from the Secretary General, the Deputy Secretary General, the PRO, the Deputy PRO, the Financial Secretary, the Deputy Financial Secretary, the whip and the legal advisor, and so forth. But what we do as young people, we try to tap onto some of these young people and see their expertise and knowledge and say, okay, now we don't get so many young people there where they don't come up for position. We went into a meeting, like I said earlier, it was a consultative, engaging form of democracy meeting We all sat down and look at our strength and our weakness. Again, some of these young people are professionals in their own areas. We get social workers, we've got nurses, we get accountants, we get legal practitioners. We all come together and say, okay, now these are the positions that we want to go for. Who is who are eligible, who are competent, who are get the confidence for deliver in this position. You get some young people that decide, say, at this point in time, I don't think I'll be able to vie for this position because I need to be honest with myself and do self-check. I'm not going to come up for this position. So we get some people that would drop down. So eventually, we get a round figure of about 16 young people were able to come up for single positions there. So now we get like a shadow executive, but again, it not give we the mandates for let we form the executive until we get for go salon, we go get the election, and then they select the electorate as leaders in different positions.
My bone of contention in that particular regards now the fact say you guys have to fly all the way to Sierra Leone for a diaspora election. How and why?
Okay, so because we oversee the whole diaspora region, yes, remember this is the 6th region within the APC constitution. This is very big, it's very massive. And it's just after the election, then we go to the flag bearer election, the National Delegates Conference, where we get for go and elect with flag bearer for be the president in June 2023. So yes, what the party did try for do is look at the time frame where we get the flag bearer, the National Delegates Conference, and say, okay, we go look at the time frame 1 week before. Once we don't get the diaspora 6th region election, then we'll get a delegate. Then straight off, we go to the National Delegates Conference. However, you get the London constituency, you get other constituency there and districts. We only get 50 delegates as a diaspora unit, 50 delegates. So imagine it's going to be a lot of compromise, lot of engagements, consultation behind the scene in terms of who that they get for bill with delegates. So we're going to use those 50 delegates to go out there in Sierra Leone and elect our flag bearer. So yes.
So all those 50 delegates are coming from the diaspora and they're all flying into Sierra Leone?
Yes, all those 50 delegates. So in different countries, yes, it might be UK get their own representative of delegates, you get Canada, you get US. So in total, they give you 50 delegate slots. When are we going to go inside our all and make a decision now for the next flag bearer of the APC party?
All right, thank you very much. I think if I really don't clarify that, because I've been struggle to understand the logic behind that. And using it as a struggle now because I feel say, okay, you take advantage again on the diaspora, why the own election get for specifically being a free to win after the diaspora the whole thing. But anyway, yeah, go on, sir. Sorry.
Yeah, 1 sec. So in terms of the diaspora region, obviously you go get the other diaspora election there. Like Weti, Comrade Miatta, the come up for in a London constituency. Right. So obviously the London constituency will be done in London. Then you get the district. The district is the UK and Ireland branch. Where now the district now the new name. The your election back will be done now UK and Ireland. Obviously, the commissioners that would get for camp for do the election, they might decide say we go do a face-to-face election or we do a virtually, depending on what's available at the time, and also we they work towards a court ruling. So we get limited time for law to do all the elections there, and law will get with National Delegates Conference. So yes, the 6th region of the diaspora will go to Sierra Leone with the 50 delegates and participate in the National Delegates Conference.
All right, to talk about, I want you to begin to think about your 5 or 10 minutes message of manifestation of what make you have for take this position and how you feel say this position, if you sit on it, you'll be able to deliver to the people of Sierra Leone. Like to Sweetbonita, but think about it. I'm giving you time to think about it and put yourself together and do that message. Sweetbonita, I come to you, why is Portloko Bobor getting himself ready for that? And then when Portloko Bobor they give your message, you say go to prepare yourself your message. But like I come to you, is the party ready to take governance in Sierra Leone based on the fact that the whole region, the whole world is putting together their strong executive. Is this because you guys are ready to take governance in Sierra Leone, and what are the possibilities for that to happen?
Well, definitely, APC will come into governance come June 23rd, 2023. And again, us having this executive, it's something that is way overdue. Because remember, everything we're doing as APC right now is based on court rulings. We are all aware that the former executive, which is us, ourselves, we're definitely put null and void. So we are not in functionality. That's why, again, there are certain hiccups in most regions or districts. But again, withstanding that, we've all come together and says, you know what, we need to work for the sake of our party. And if that's what we're going to do, we need to make things that will be able to work for us. And if things are going to work for us, definitely work for the country as a whole. Because we've seen what this current administration has done. There's nothing good that we can write home about. So definitely, this is the best time for the mighty APC to come into governance come 2023. And people should not be worried that, oh, APC is this, APC is that. Even if everything comes to an end on the 22nd of June 2023, 2024 will be in governance. That's just what it is.
Definitely. So if everything comes to an end, you're saying to me, if APC puts together their house at the 11th hour on the 23rd of June 2023, you will still have a president 2024.
Yes.
So what sort of assurance are you giving to Leonians on that? As somebody will get for take executive position from the diaspora?
Well, the assurance we are giving to Sierra Leoneans is let them be aware that only the APC have a very good intention for our country. Because one thing we have always seen with this administration, nothing has worked. And everybody in Sierra Leone are saying, all we are waiting for is for APC. So literally, it's us that the people of Sierra Leone are waiting for. See, I don't know if you were aware, when the lower level election were going on, people thought it was a general elections. My family were calling me left, right, and center, say, election time, if what? I'm like, no, this is just APC. That means you people are so many. I'm like, what do you mean? Oh, everybody is out to go and register. Should I follow? I said, are you APC? Oh no, I'm open. I said, then don't go close. Because the hype was there. The people are aware and like, I'm saying, well, if this was a local level and then now we go for general elections, what will happen? So this is why I'm sure the administration are trying to make sure that we'll be destabilized till the 11th hour. But even as that, they will not be in governance. That is a promise. Because the people of Sierra Leone are tired already with them.
All right, thank you very much, Miatta. I want for welcome, not to me comrade, I want for welcome una comrade Muhammad Jumaba to the program and make a say hello to una. Koto, you just don't have meet no more. We go now into the deliberation of the aspirant and for me and say exactly why they feel say they are the ones fit for this particular position. But I'll give you the floor for now, and then we will go to that question. I don't know whether you are for asking any questions for now, but over to you and welcome to the first edition of
Head to Head.
Head to Head. Now you call this program on, so basically it's on you. Yes, yeah. Welcome to the first edition of Head to Head 2023. So over to you, Juma.
Hello, fam viewers. Unado, glad for joining us again today. And thank you, T-Boy, and welcome to our guest. We appreciate you guys for being our first guest on Head to Head in January 2023. And it's a good start. When you see young, fresh face, determined, the mix, one woman, one man, you know, that means a lot. But T-Boy said something here. So T-Boy, how you allowed to take part in this program? You allowed to take part as comrade or as Sierra Gem Media? I want to clarify.
Interesting. Well,
yeah, because that's why you introduced me. So if you want to take part as comrade, I'll take part as comrade.
You are not on the seat as comrade because at the moment, you know that you're presenting no political party. You know to comrade now. I say, okay. I welcome you to you comrade them.
To me comrade them.
Yes. I say,
okay.
Juma,
so for the benefit of you viewers, them, I want to understand, say, I am politically aligned and I'm not scared, I'm not ashamed or afraid to say that. Everybody knows. But when it comes to Sierra Gem Media, we create a level playing field for everyone, regardless. So before I will ask a question before I go to you, since you've been on the lead the conversation, so we guess them. Young people, una dey na the diaspora, one they vie for the deputy leadership na the UK and Ireland, if I'm correct, Sweetbonita. London branch. Okay, yes. Because that distinction supposed for the people need to understand that. And of course, Mustapha, the famous Portloko Bobor, you know, good to meet you again. And you the vie for the diaspora youth leader position, right? So, youth Congress. So one of the things over the 5 years since APC don't come out, we they see wherein people they say, APC no will come back. What are you guys doing to convince those on the fence, like a T-boy them so we're not politically aligned? What do they do for convince them? Because you don't say APC not the only party, not that part they meet up, we're able for develop Sierra Leone. But how are you going to be able to sell that agenda as young people for convince more people? One, two, increase the membership, APC membership across the diaspora, whether you are the UK branch, London branch, or diaspora as a whole. That's my first question to both of you. I don't know that one go first.
No, Juma, before they answer the question, let me correct what you say first. Who that say are not politically aligned? I am.
Me they say that, me.
They tell you now, say, I am politically aligned, but you don't know where I belong. So
no, but that means you're not.
No, I am, but you don't know what my political views are, do you?
No, I'm not saying you don't have political views. You are not politically aligned yet. So until you get proof, me all man know. He did it.
Juma, this is first head to head. Look like Africa.
Man, you can forget with your head to head, but don't go to reviewers. They let them answer this question. We can forget head to head. Let's go to we
panelists. Ladies first. No, ladies first. We don't give honors to the ladies. So ladies first. Sweetbonita, over to you.
Well, again, thank you so much, Juma. It's only unfortunate that your surname is bad because I would have spoken my native language to you. So
shame on you.
I will leave that one for you.
All right. For another day.
Yeah. And no, honestly, when it comes about what we have done or what we are doing for the people of Sierra Leone to know that the APC will come back into governance, I gave a typical example of when there was a lower level election, which was about a couple of weeks back, right? People were asking, was it general elections? And remember, these are elections that took place within the South. Just forget about the North. Because again, I'm mostly aligned with the South. So my family, they call me and like, what's going on? I said, well, APC are having their election. Is it every other election? Because they wanted to go and vote. You know, for them, they see things, they just keep following. I'm like, no, that's just APC. If you don't have a membership, don't go close because you will not be allowed to vote. If you want to join, definitely I will align you to people that you can go register, do the necessary procedures. That's one thing. But again, we've seen, as you mentioned, within the 5 years, what this administration has done. They have not done anything good. They have been killing people. We've known the Panemba Road, the Tumbo, the Longsha, there is McCaney, then there's Kabbalah. There are so many things we can, it's like when you start counting, it's forever, you will not even stop. And this is the same administration that came says they will give 2 million youth jobs. We haven't seen. They came with a bread and butter within 6 months. They said they were going to, that was from Guinea, to come and do a bakery in Freetown. Up to now, the bakery hasn't come. They were doing us the bridge. Nothing has happened. You know, sometimes the little things that they said they were supposed to do, they haven't done it. So, and everybody's saying, how did the APC manage to go off in governance? That's something that I said, you people need to answer because you voted for the wrong person. Or you allowed the wrong person to stay in governance. So definitely when it comes for APC coming back into governance, we are working hard. And we are telling people what the APC have done before, which they were never thinking about. They just do it because they said it was supposed to be done. But now with this administration, even if they are to just sweep the road, they will just say, oh, we've just cleaned this road. So for us, it's not something that we really need. So that's something we all need to look at. And at the end of the day, APC will come back into governance. We are working hard. And this is why we are trying to finish all our elections, and then we'll be able to be on the ground floor to do the other necessary things that we are supposed to do. Because without that, there is no way we can be back into governance come 2023.
Yeah, but how about convincing those that are still APC, we're not sure, then they watch them force, you know, the membership, how now get for draw? Because for let you win, you get confidence, Portloko Bobor get confidence, a lot of APC members, not followers or sympathizers, get confidence. But the one they're waiting at the fence, we therefore make that difference. For example, right now you have two political parties where more or less cost APC elections, whichever way it's for APC vote, the NGC and the C4C. And those parties, whether you like it or not, they are disintegrating. How sure are you to, you know, as young people, for convince their other young people and the way they support the NGC and C4C for align again with the APC rather than going to the SLPP or support the SLPP? So that's my point. It's more about how now I for tap into that.
Okay, well, with regards to that, Jima, one thing we have always done, because even again, people that were, or youth, young people that were within the former administration or that were supporting the SLPP, they've decided to say, I'm no longer doing it. We've seen where they have even imprisoned their own supporters because they decided to say something against them. They are not happy. With them, you can't criticize them. You can't tell them the truth. And just because that person did that, it was in jail. And it's like, I'm no longer this person. And this is the person that will be back and forth with us on social media. Again, one thing we've seen, we're encouraging people because, again, we're all young people. You can't see me going into something. I will not put myself in any danger. So why would I put you in a danger? Because, you know, one thing before, this is why people say young people are not in politics, because you will not find young people in there. Like, again, the youth before were 45. You look at your forefathers and you be like, is that a youth? You will run as a young person. But now you will see somebody say, that's my size. I can size that person up. So definitely that also encourages you. Now we are seeing so many young people coming up for leadership positions. So this is telling us that it's not just for older people because they were not having the opportunity before. Now every young person is having that opportunity. And everybody thinks, I can make a difference. We've heard from our comrade PLB. He's saying, oh, he's going to change things. You know why? Because at the end of the day, what he's doing and what he can do, he has put it on the table for everyone to see. And you look at it and says, well, if he can do it, definitely let me work with him. And he's going to be the head. So everybody will work with him. And believe me, everyone that is going to work with him, they will never regret it because he's a great person to work with. I have been there and I wish the age would have not pushed me away because I would have been stuck. But again, I just want to warn the young people, I will be wherever he is because I need to protect him. That's something.
Okay. Thank you so much, Bonita. Yes, Mustapha, Portloko Bobor.
Thank you, my dear brother and comrade. Welcome again. Yeah, it's always a privilege to see you. Yeah, I think you gave lots to community as a whole, and thank you so much. For me, governance is about continuity. Yes, I think from the failed administration of the SLPP government under the leadership of President Bio, kinds of governance, they regularly speak about peace and national cohesion. I can tell you, this failed government they not demonstrate the peace and national cohesion we will forget as a country. Again, I know I'm going to wait in Miatta to say, we don't see so many killings, and these killings are specifically targeted on people from the north. You know, we don't see the Tumbo killing, the Makeni, the Lonsal, you know, the Pademba Road killing, and so many. We don't see massive corruption in this administration. The auditor reports will come more. You see so much fraud and so much corrupt practice in different departments. Again, they sack the auditor. Yes, replace her with somebody else. It just shows again, these are very incompetent people, from the president to in administration, very, very incompetent. They come, they promise the Sierra Leoneans, young people say, we will can't solve the bread and butter issue. Again, there's no representation of that. Yeah, there is nothing to show. Juma, permits me, because under the APC government, not because the APC is my political party, but there is difference between APC and SLPP. In APC, yes, when we come, we focus on construction, infrastructure, we focus on the health system, we focus on education. You know, the SLPP governments come, all they focus on is targeting members of the opposition, arresting members of the opposition. They're not focused for can fix the economy. Now, one grain rest, one bag rest. Some of we where they support to family they back home. You know, are they support individuals there, are they support the APC party, are they spend over probably 4 or 5 million a month. One bag rest don't go to up to 600,000. You know, teachers the salary, soldier the salary, the police. Yes, you need to able afford, they need to able afford for look after the family. And this president come, he sit down at the ear, he call Sierra Leoneans the terrorists. How dare he? He come on media and call Sierra Leoneans the terrorists. So now it's up to the people of Sierra Leone. Let them position themselves and they think about what the APC government don't do for years, whether they serve them, and now the SLPP government, I believe they're going to make a decision. Obviously, the APC party, they go through a transition time. We not get time again. This is why I call on all comrades. We have to come together. We have to consolidate this peace. Now we're able to go out there and convince our membership, convince Sierra Leoneans that we are ready to take over governance. Because if up to now, we're back and forth, petition upon petition, we are fighting each other. What message we want to go to Sierra Leoneans out there? Are we ready for governance? Are we prepared for governance? And the SLPP government, they don't demonstrate, say, they're not fit for office. Yes, and they don't give you the opportunity now for local get access to power. They don't do the campaign for we already. You see President Bio recently don't fire and sack a finance minister. It just shows how this administration, very incompetent. We get the former chief minister, when I think Dr. Francis, he was the former chief minister. We know some of him words that we use. When a tribalistic was there, where they can at the ear, they target people from the north. I went to both school. Yeah, President Bio is my cutter, but I shouldn't be ashamed to call him a president who don't fail. We as young people, the kush, these drugs without kind of salon, when at the kush, how many young people they affect their lives, their livelihood, and their family there? A family of mine recently go take now drugs, they get affected. But it shows that there is no structure, no modalities in place where this government don't put. You know, they need to provide any formal educational process for young people, vocational institution. All what they come now is give false and misleading information to the people of Sierra Leone. But Juma, we are very prepared. This is why some of us are going for leadership position, because we are very determined. We are not scared. My dad is SLPP. My dad is the deputy chairman for Northwest Region, Mr. Isaac Conte. But I keep telling my dad, yourself and your party have failed the people of Sierra Leone. You guys are not competent to hold any legal position in that country. They don't fail we. So now the only alternative is the APC party. This is why some of us are ready to go out there and take power. In 2017, 2018, I was nearly killed in Bo because where I worked there as a pulling agent, because I was targeted. I went to Bo school. And not for B because I come on at the north. Yes, I go at the south, then they go target me. Who's how with the head for Sierra Leone? President Biodo divide we. But again, we need to be aware as young people say, we honor one, we honor Sierra Leoneans. Let we not allow President Bio for come between we and can't divide we. I get party the owner Mende. Look at Miatta, she's my body, she's my friend, she's my sister, she's Mende, I'm from the north, I'm Timney. But we are very close friends. But when President Bio come, all he preach is hate, tribalism, you know, because he not get the method, he not get the zeal, he not competent enough for like us say he want be president. All he want do now divide and rule. But we'll stand against him. We'll go out there, sell a message, campaign constructively, and not take back governance in 2023.
All right, let's ask T-Boy. T-Boy, with the pitch, you convince say APC is a better alternative, or then still not do a good job yet?
Well,
because now you had to use as me, you know, I'm sounding board now for gauge for C.
Juma, I am not one of your guests.
No, I'm not. You're not. But I just want to see. Are you convinced? Are they able to convince you?
In terms of conviction, I think what's in the APC party don't do so far within the shortest period of time, I'll say through back 6 months down the line, I think they have proven to be very much ready, because me, they always say, for the fact that there is a lot of infighting within a political party structure, inter-party politics, it means there is going to be more when it comes to the open politics. That is what I'm expecting. Because what I'm seeing right now is the fact that everybody is thirsty to sit in any position because they want to deliver for the party structure. So basically, if the party structure is in place and then the effects for them, you will have an effect for them. So I believe they will have to use more energy than this one we already they know exercise should. So as far as me concerned, what in me don't see they don't do so far, it pleasing.
Now you talk about what Miatta and Mustapha say.
What Miatta and Mustapha say is exactly the same philosophy of every APCian right now, and people also will sit on the fence, will possibly not make that decision the years for move, because their manifestation of what have happened in Sierra Leone is not a story. It is facts. And what they don't say, now the reality of what happened at the gun right now. So as far as I'm concerned, in my own opinion, yes, I think they are ready with their own energy, their enthusiasm, and the fact of the matter is they want to take executive position which will give them the mantle to be able to make decisions in their own sector. I think they are ready. For those two sitting here right now underneath the head-to-head 2023, I will not have any questions about their ability to deliver for the party structure. If they win them position there, so of course they are ready to go to Freetown and make it very active. As much as we see, say, they're already fighting in their structures, I think they're ready to deliver in that same or more capacity.
Before I pass over to T-Boy, I just want to make a statement followed by a question where Claude Moigua just asked Gisno and Prince Golfer in comments. Prince Golfer is saying, my own opinion, the APC is not ready to rule us. So, but I will let Kuna comment on that later. But then I would, Claude, in your comments, I will highlight that. But I just want to give me your personal testimony, okay? It's not endorsing, not trying to campaign for you. But I have seen you guys, I would say, in the trenches, doing things. And it is very, I admire as young people. Firstly, I never know that you highlighting that your dad is SLPP and you dare for them at the opposing side, not to behind or not to behind, say the waka waka, you did they say Portloko Bobor. Say Allah Portloko Bobor, then say okay, na APC. So I've seen you in the trenches in 2018, going to areas where sometimes other people are not get mind for go. I've seen you. Recently during COVID, I've seen Sweetbonita leading a whole campaign, 5-man campaign for go challenge BBC and bring down, I would say, bring into question the most celebrated journalist we Salon don't get, Umaru Fofana. How did that happen? What did make you dare for do that? Because not so many people left, but you get guts, you bring BBC for coming to, take attention and focus on that issue. Why was that important to you, and why did you, do that?
Again, Jamal, one of the things with me, I always like to advocate for people that are not able to. I think part for me doing that was, we all remember when we lost a beautiful young girl, Khadija.
Mm-hmm.
We made complaints. And then the BBC were like, oh, we have somebody that we trust, so he should be able to give us information. And we're like, no, that person is working with these people, so based on X, Y, and Z, they will not do it. So again, other incidents came up, like the Pandemba Road. We have evidence. And they waited. And they'll be like, oh, I'm outside the country. Oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm like, well, we are outside the country, but we can still provide us information. So we were left with no option, because we are seeing at the point where I look at Sierra Leone was going down the drain. And if we are all aware, or if some of you are not aware, Umar Fofana's wife works within the anti-corruption, the ACCA office. So based on that, he was protecting, because certain things you can't do it because the wife will lose her position. And again, I didn't want to go down that drain because I was like, that's her job, that's fine. But if the husband is being employed to do something, then he needs to execute the position, because if not, then the people of Sierra Leone are suffering. So we provide again another evidence. Another person I don't want to name, she was also in prison, and also her case came up. I had to work on that. We were behind the scene going back and forth sending emails on her behalf. In the end, we had a one-to-one conversation. But these are things I have done behind the scene, because it's not just about APC. For me, Sierra Leone comes first. Without Sierra Leone, we don't have no political party. Without Sierra Leone, there is no APC, there is no SFPP. You know, I'm from the South. My whole family is an SFPP, whether you like it or not. And most of them are saying, no, now we have to move away because we've seen that our own has not helped us. And I'm like, it was never going to help because of the person is there. So when it comes to protecting people, or protecting people that are not able to protect themselves or advocate on their behalf, I'm always there. And for me, I felt really, really bad for people like Umar Fofana to still operate in Sierra Leone. Because if you also remember, I didn't want to talk about my activism.
No, but you have to talk about it because now you're a leader. People need to know these things.
And you know, on the 10th of August, while people were in Freetown protesting, we were also outside the British Embassy in London. And we were telling the police officers that we're there and says, if our people come out now, they'll be shot. And Juma, we were there, it happens, they call us. And the guy looked at it, says, are you serious? I said, this is live. That was when we had, if you find out, that's why Al Jazeera were there, because they already had people, but they just wanted to find out who will bring out that information at that particular time. We were here because, you know, when things are happening in Africa, people will contact me and say, oh, this is what's going on, this is what's going on. We were there live, they were seeing it. Before you think about 20 minutes, Juma, the whole system in Sierra Leone, the internet went down. But they forgot that there were already people in Sierra Leone. So they were recording it, which later they have to air live. And then they says, this is what that has happened at this particular time. That was one of the reasons when they asked, why did the internet system went down? They could not answer because there were proofs. They forgot that we have already passed those information to people that needed to know. And in the end, that's why we saw Umar Fofana going now to pretend, because we have already done what we're supposed to do, because we knew that they would do it. And again, it was like a bait. They did go for it. One thing we have always said, you advise them, they never listen, and which is really sad. And this is why they have always showed to us as a nation that they are not good for our country. And it's wrong, because we have lost so many lives and we don't want that to continue. We absolutely do not want that to continue.
Mustapha, Portloko Bobor, Moje ask what you don't do.
As a party?
Well, no, as individual, what you don't do, we una the canal for say una for can take leadership position.
Oh, again, the Portloko Bobor name is an household name within the APC party. Again, I start active politics in 2016. T-Boy, we've invested our time, our resources to this party, not holding the position and we say no more, we be quiet. I can tell you from where we go opposition, I don't facilitate and support the young people in Asalon, the young people who belong to the APC party. I went to Sierra Leone. I draw a project for the disabilities of the APC party. I came up with a project in the UK. You know, when you believe in something, you want to give your best. Imagine at that point in time, I had people that said, hey, Portloko Bobor, he don't go take project in a salon. Yes, he won't go do no more for himself. I'm not gonna get people that would support me at that time, but I believe in that project. I went back to Sierra Leone. I raised over 40 million. I renovated the APC party office for the disabled, made it to standard because I live in the UK. Yes, I know the system that they use now. I made it home for this disabled. T-Boy, every year, Juma, every year, I supply rice and provision and food items to the Muslim and the Christian comrades of the party. I go to all districts. Again, I was born in Moyamba, Kangaon village in the south. I start from my village. I give people a rest, oil, provision, and finance. I go to places like Kenema. I'm not from Kenema, but I know there are APC comrades there. I go in there. I support these comrades. I go to Bo. I come back to the north, because I get this both connection from the south and the north. I go to McKinley, the Portloko, and do the same thing. Where the party in opposition, some of freedom continuously they use with finance. Not of us say we get to T-Boy and Juma. We they work very hard in this country because what they pay you salary, you get for pay, you rent, you bills, you get you picking for look after. Sometimes we deprive ourselves to look after this party just because we love the APC party. I don't advocate for young people. Again, I work in the NHS sector as a social worker. Yeah, I don't help so many young people to build their confidence, writing, supporting them to build a CV, applying for job. I dey mentor them in terms of preparing to go out there for jobs interview. When there are opportunities, yes, I advocate for them to go and represent us. Because again, this is not only about Portloko Bobor. Like I said, I'm very fortunate at this point in my life to have attained certain things in life. As young as I am, I've got a qualification in BA Community Development and Youth Work. I've got a master's in Human Rights and Social Justice. I've got a master's in Social Work. So I'm a qualified and registered social worker in UK. Yeah, I get me family, I get me picking. But what about young people there? Who they're able to get this type of opportunity and facility? How did they suffer? So I'm always there advocating for some of these young people, including young people in the UK. This is why I've got people like Sweetbonita, the Roots. So many young people, even at this point in time, I don't mobilize and galvanize the young people and the diaspora. Not so because I passed there, but because they believe in me. I'm very honest. For me, it's all about integrity and being very honest. So yes, I've done a lot for the APC party, and I believe now the APC party is paying me for this.
Wow. Thank you so much. T-Boy, I can't hear you. Just give me one question. One.
I'm not going to know that. I'm not saying that you come
You don't say me not to comrade, so I ask us, So you both have strong connections at the Southeast. But the APC, for example, when the SLPP took over, during the transition report that came out, was trying to brand the APC as a tribalistic and regionalistic party. We only focus on the north and the western area, and they not care about people in the Southeast. Una believe say the APC will not belong to a tribalistic party and a regionalistic biased party?
So I'll step into that.
Yeah.
Again, like you've just mentioned, we both get connection. My mom is from the south, my dad is from the north. Yes, when the APC was in governance under the dynamic leadership of former presidents, our chairman and leader, former, His Excellency Dr. Anes Baikoma, we gave opportunities from people from the north and the south. The Musa Tara there, I remember I watched a video clip, yes, where the likes of Abubakar Kamaratilo was going for the organizing secretary, national organizing secretary of the party. Yeah. But again, the party talked to her. This is someone from the north, Nalimba. The party talked to her, say, let's step down for somebody in the south. When Musa Tarali, he stood down. The more joke I had, we give them all opportunity for let them come on board, let them work with the APC governance. You know why that is? We are very inclusive. We are very tolerant. We don't believe in tribalistic statements like what President Bio and others have done in this administration. Because for we, like I said earlier, governance is all about continuity. Yes, we don't believe in that. But we see where these governments come inside, all what they don't do is targeting politicians, prominent politicians, young people from the north. Again, one of my colleagues, yes, where they aspire for position, now the diaspora is from the north. He went to Sierra Leone. As soon as he landed, they got arrested for absolutely no reason. They put on a cell for 4 days. They say misidentification. We have been targeted. Now that makes some of we not get for stop, because we continue to speak up. we continue to speak against this failed administration. Again, for all, we all at the end of the day go put in a Panemba road. But again, again for left, because we will continue to speak. We're not scared of this government. The only thing no more, we just believe in constructive criticism. What President Bio and government do now for continue for failed people. So no, for answer your question, we are not tribalistic at all. We they give opportunities to everybody as long as you honor, as long as you are competent. For the APC party, it's more about service delivery. This is why now somebody like Miatta, sorry to say, she's from the south, but she's very competent. She believes in service delivery, capable. You know, when you work with Miatta, you know for say this now somebody we can for change the dynamic of politics. Now the UK&I branch and in Sierra Leone. You know, for let you get a young woman where they are the forefront at the peak of politics. She's from the south. We not look at that. We they continue for work with that. When I went to the leadership, me and Miatta sit down, we talk. Say we go for this position. You know, we think about the regional balance, how we they incorporate everybody on board. But this government not do it, Juma. Sorry to say again, I'll mention it. They failed us. They failed the people of Sierra Leone. They failed the young people of Sierra Leone.
Miatta, you share the same view or different?
You are Ba. I am Bahinga. He is Conte. So definitely the answers is literally on this particular platform. APC is inclusive. That's something that we can all say with our head up high.
All right, over to you, T-Boy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Juma. Yes,
Juma.
yes, Portloko
Just a
Bobor.
quick one. I think Juma was asking if we are ready. Yes, as a party. Just to demonstrate that we are ready, we've moved away from the 1995 Constitution to the March 7, 2022 Constitution, which states that we go to election process now. Before the previous Constitution in 1995, it was based on selection or election. But now, imagine, even young man like me, they come on out for leadership position at this level of the party. So now it's all about believing yourself and convincing the delegates. So yes, we are ready, Juma, for answer to that question, and we'll march to State House 2023 in June.
All right, thank you very much, Portloko Bobor, and thank you very much, Dr. Juma, and thank you very much, Sweetbonita. I think the question one may ask earlier on, I will still cancel, and we will be the question of rounding up, but at the same time, we also get a look at all the discussion we don't get so far for the first edition of Head to Head 2023 on the Sierra Media platform. We don't start officially today, and we look out for more aspirants, more people than we want for aspire for position, not just within the APC party no more, but also if you are a member of any political party, SAPP, PMDC, C4C, NGC, and you want to aspire for any position in Sierra Leone or within your party structure in the diaspora, please contact us, because we want to make you come and talk to me and tell you exactly what are your aspirations and why you feel say you best fit for the position we aspire for. We get people who want to be councillors, people who want to be ward members, people who want to be parliamentarians. And we all know now what it takes to become a parliamentarian in Sierra Leone. Now the position now almost every Sierra Leonean in the diaspora they die for. You might not even say they die for because they don't forget that benefits after they don't serve. That's not the reason. When you know they come to down there on the other program, then where we get specifically candidates really aspire for a president. I mean for our parliamentarian seat. We also don't forget presidential candidate democracy as well on various different political party lines. So basically, when I watch out for the space, because Head to Head 2023 is just it just don't kickstart from today. But anyway, Juma, I know we asked a lot of questions regarding the authenticity of these two people in the platform gets today, and what make you feel to say, I believe, say they are ready. Not endorsing them for the political position where they want, but endorsing them for their aspirations and activities over the years within the party structure. I think you make mention of Portloko Bobor being on the trenches of 2018. Yes, 110%. I saw his activities, but he never realized that we were within the midst of that trench where he been there. Now later on, I say, you know, Sabi then guy then they were on the trench with you, possibly decoying in a position where we not been sniper. We have you sniper, but will not be ready for shooting because you were not on the target field. But definitely, I've seen him in action, and I like his enthusiasm. Not so because he's Sidom, but nothing for do with him aspiration for the position where they vouch for. That is not nothing for the good I talk about right now. That's a total different ball game. But in terms of his activity involvement within the party structure, I think is none to be compared with. Really look at the youth participation. He's somebody that doesn't just take risks, but he takes calculative risk. And like you say clearly, I never knew his dad was a strong SLPP, and Natalina the first thing why he did that. So that's how modest he is about what he does, and not to see a person really brag about in political aspirations or in political background we come up from. We all don't see people that we come up from political background like we will talk because we know for saying nothing for candidate. But guess what? We all get the advantage and the disadvantage, and those advantage and disadvantage, it works out in the best interest of Sierra Leone, and that's important. So I hear you call on political tribalistic lines where you decide for say yes.
T-boy.
Yes, Juma.
I get assignment for Portloko Bobor and Sweetbonita.
Go ahead.
And they give them when una convention for vote for Sweetbonita, Miatta, and Mustapha.
So at the moment, we get a court restriction by PPRC. Actually, everything is on hold, but let's say within the next 2 to 3 weeks, everything will be completed.
So I get assignment for now, and this is a test case for now. Within the next 2 weeks before the convention, and possibly we then go vote for UNA and become, the Diaspora Young Generation and deputy for UK&I London branch, UNA for able for make sure say T-boy get party card. That now na assignments. That's now na assignments. Within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, if we are not delivered on the a problem.
No, Juma, that's not going to be possible because every registrations have been put on hold, so he cannot have a party card. We can
not get party card for him. So what will I get for him then?
So what we do, we'll try to consolidate him at the moment to sell the ideas and the ideology of the APC party to him. So as soon as we take over in our respective roles, automatically we will complete an application form, pay his dues, and join the APC party full time.
And become a member. So by June 2023.
Oh yes, definitely.
People will become a member of the APC.
Yes.
That's an assignment.
But it will be a member.
Okay, and now therefore use for gauge now for the next 3 years because you'll be serving for 3 years, right?
Yes, I'll serve for 3 years.
So after 3 years, when they come for carry review and head to head, I go ask una say, until I promise, una na talk and do or talk and lie. So na get for
Until you ready be tied to sign your registration form.
Juma, I like the challenge that you throw to those two people because I have so much respect for them. But guess what? Let them try. The door is open. I am open to consultative politics. Definitely, that's the politics I do. I like Portloko Bobor in style of politics. Consultative politics. Dialogue. And when you dialogue, obviously, anybody that is not ready to have a consultative politics in terms of dialoguing, that person is not ready to be actively involved in politics in Sierra Leone. Because that's the politics we're going to go into right now. Because at the moment, we are not in any shape or form dialoguing for nothing. We have been told what to do, and we've been told to accept it, whether we don't like it, to be tossed off and die. That is the mandate. So basically, we don't want to go down that road. We need to be consulting. But Juma, let's move it on. I know say you don't get a task, and I go look for see how far they can push that task because many have tried. They haven't failed, but they've gone halfway. Many have tried.
Many have tried, including the president's try.
Including presidents.
But in no consult, in a impose, it say power. For be member of the SLPP for go take party card before they even talk. So not to consult to. The precondition say before me and you talk, where you membership card.
No, well, you see, again, like I said earlier on, it's not about us today, Juma. Let's this talk, man. No, it's about these two young people here trying to push their political career. We already know get one, so now we know worry. You now you get one right now, stop. But on a very serious note, that has been told to me in very different capacity. Lower level, how do call the level of election now? Lower level delegate and what?
No, you have constituency.
Okay, so that's the level. I don't come up from all the level in terms of requesting demands and obligation and ransom with party card membership, either or. Whether you take it or you don't like it, if you want them, come. If you don't want them, then that's it. It's zero for you. And it don't happen on both sides. And I'm strongly influential on both sides. But I said no. Because
and that's true, because APC people don't block T-Boy in Adomot.
Of course, a million times.
Because they say no to APC member.
In front of Juma, but
yeah, like what? In a case?
No, but again, sometimes, Juma, we have to respect him because he has a platform. So if he's aligning himself with one side, the other person will think, oh, because of X, Y, and Z reason, I'm not going to trust him. Because I remember when I first entered into politics, T was the first media house I was like, and it was, everything he has said to me, Juma, it's like a revelation. I'm literally seeing it. So mostly I go back to him like, T, what's up? What should I do? So definitely.
All right, thank you very much, Sweetbonita. But now let's come to your final segment of what I would expect you guys to be doing. Other one, we una comrade can take una attention. I'm not saying una comrade, it will let for engage tonight a little bit more, but we'll give them another opportunity for do so anytime soon with another comrade who will forget them available on the platform or any other comrade from any other different other political party. But I go to Portloko Bobor. Sorry for coming back to you. I know that you don't the last speaker, but let's have your 5 minutes or whatever time, how long you want for make it be your selling points to the people watching you right now and make them understand, say, you are not just the only person, but the only available person fit for the position right now, and you will deliver. And what are you expecting to deliver if you take the position of the APC Diaspora Regional Young Leader? So over to you. Your selling points to the people watching you and the people looking for watch you after this particular light. Over to you.
Thank you, T-Boy. On the final phase, let's say thank you again to Sarah Jem. Yeah, all in our members there with the work behind the scene for over the years for giving the opportunity there. Let's say thank you to my two beautiful daughters, Eliza Fatimata Conte and Agatha Musayatu Conte. To my family, my parents, Mr. Isaac Mustapha Conte and Mrs. Josephine Fatimata Sako, and also to my stepdad, Alaji Sule Sako, and all my extended family there. And I thank you for the years of support, the years of advice, and the years of encouragement. When I believe in me, say, I will go out there and make change in society. Now, let me come to the APC party. Comrades in the APC, UK and Ireland Young Congress, comrades in the APC, UK and Ireland districts, comrades in the APC National Party. Today, I send me final message of hope and faith to the delegates where they go and vote for we for Lord take over office. For say, over the years, I not can rest where I can tire, but I can rest where I don't done. My biggest success in my life, it don't come from my biggest failures in my life. I don't always real with myself and tell myself the truth about life and my expectation. And then they don't make on several occasions, I don't go ahead and achieve success in my life. I know say this mantle of leadership is not get for car easy. I get for go out there and make things work out. But I believe in myself and my capacity because I want to make the young people of the APC proud. I'm not ever afraid for take decision in life. If it go wrong, I will always admit to those wrong decisions that I don't make. And I can reflection back to my own profession as a qualified social worker. I am decisive, I am fearless, I get the power in me for that change my life and that of the life of other young people. My entrance to this race for aspire for the position of young Congress leader in the diaspora, again for be legitimate. The performance get for be legitimate. Again, it is not politics as usual where we get the APC 1995 constitution. Now it's politics with effectiveness and efficiency. The APC constitution article 28 of the existing constitution of the National Young Congress, it states clearly, say, we the Young Congress go focus for promote the policy and programs of the Young Congress. My mission now for that come, la build a very strong and vibrant Young Diaspora Congress who go able for focus on the grassroots for fair, effective, and responsible leadership where we go take off with administration. My mission now for that build an empire of young leaders where they come up and for local serve with APC party. Comrades all, do ya are the original all for learn and reflect on the many things they want to do for the APC party. The affecting the all the extra mile what to go, what to put in, the risks what to take for the APC party, and then I go out there and vote for me. I go always be straight with now. I'm not go able to make promises what I know for say I'm not go able to fulfill. I go be sincere and robust with a contract where I go gain now when I go always hold me to account. So us as young people within the APC party, this now with time, Lord take the responsibility for defend the party and Lord provide the energy we require for Lord go win the APC from 2023 for Lord go State House. Finally, to my fellow Sierra Leoneans, with passion, commitment, and determination, throughout all the years of tests and challenges that we have faced in our life, today, I stay positive because of the experience that they want to go through in our life. I'm very optimistic and confident in my ability for that deliver to the young people of the party and by extension to Sierra Leone. With greater passion, I enter the race for the APC Diaspora Regional Young Leader. Do ya to my family, my friends, the sympathizers of APC, and the delegates there. Do ya in a vote for Portloko Bobor, let her bring change to the young people of the diaspora and by extension, the APC party. In a thank you, and let God bless we all.
Very much for Portloko Bobor. The pace has been set for whoever wants for challenge for that particular seat there. I am not saying this is the best I have had, but I think it's one of the best I have had from somebody with a vouch for opposition of a young leader. Again, you can tell leadership by the authorization, do you complete the word? You're muted. Authorization or what?
Authoritative statements.
Authoritative statements really common in mods. It definitely they say with conviction, with confidence, and with a huge amount of belief. So thank you very much for talking about. And also we'll come and end back with you for your final word, but that now your final declaration message on the head-to-head 2023. So over to you, Sweetbonita. And let's say yourself get to your message and give your message to the people of the APC watching you right now, or the one that we get for watch this particular program after the live. What's your message to them? What do you make you feel to say you are one of the most potential candidates for seats in the position of the vice chair for the UK and London chapter specifically? So over to you with your message.
Well, good evening, comrades all. Or good morning. It all depends where this.
Yeah, with a struggle for you small.
So over to you back again, Sweetbonita. Once more, welcome again and say your final message to the people. How you convince me, so I go mail. If you not convince me, I go smile. So over to you, Sweetbonita.
Good evening, comrades all. Again, I would like to say a very big thank you for even the APC UK and Ireland to believe in me, for also my colleague, from my comrades from the youth wing, and also the main executive to even allow me to say we are sure and convinced that you will be the best candidate for that position. But again, one thing I also want to say, with everything that we are going through, our family suffer the most. As most of you might see me young, but again, I've got 4 beautiful children. Today is one of them birthday. I would like to say happy birthday, Hassan, and tomorrow is another one's birthday. Happy birthday, Gavin. But without standing that, I want to say people should vote for me, because this is a position that I am thinking it's not just for men. These are female also coming out for positions. And one thing we need to know as a voters, because again, it's going to be our right. If you have paid, and I'm appealing to everyone that have not paid yet as a membership, either you're going to be voted for or you have to vote for somebody, please, please, please pay your membership so that you'll be able to be eligible to vote for somebody. When you vote, you want your say. You want what you want is what you're voting for. Please, I'm asking every comrade, because if Sweetbonita is going to be the next deputy chairperson of the London chapter, I'm sure after my 3 years turning, somebody else will want to be in my shoes. Somebody else will want to take that position. And I'm going to appeal to everyone that I will do my ultimate best to make sure that the London chapter will succeed. Work with everyone, as I've always started in the beginning. I work with people, and at this stage, I'm just going to continue. And also, I want to say thank you to the APC for embracing me. I did not feel as if I was from the South. I felt as a Sierra Leonean and wanted to take part in Sierra Leone activities. I've been an activist member, and I will continue to do that, because one thing in life is you should be able, not being rude, but at least being vocal to a way that people will be able to understand and respect your decision. And I'm happy that they've given me the opportunity. Without the help of people like Portloko Bobor, and even you, T, you might not want me to say, I will not be here, because we have had things behind the scene. And I want to say thank you to my wonderful Chairman Mustapha, my 2 leaders, Adams Bangura and Malcolm Conte. And also I want to say thank you to my children's dad, which is John Kano. He has been there for me, even though we are not there, but he has been there. And I want to say thank you to him, because without him, I don't think I'll be here. He's always advising me. And I also want to say thank you to every other person that I will call on the phone and ask for their advice and support, because without you, there is no way I will go forward. So this is my message for you guys. Please, please, please register and vote, because if you don't register, there's no way you can vote for me. And definitely we will see a better change to our political arena when we move into our elections.
All right. Thank you. T-Boy, there's something I wanted to say based on, there are a lot of people saying, oh, is the APC ready?
Okay.
I see these 2 young people and the energy they have. Like I say, we don't see them, particularly Mustapha, before 2018. I don't see him in the trenches. Sweetbonita, I don't see him during the last 5 years. And I respect them from a distance, because they're able to do things based on, say, me and you, whether we're able to do them or not able, but they've done it. Especially with Sweetbonita leading that gang to take on the BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation. Everybody go think, say, it is impossible, it cannot be done. But they make noise and get called to the boardroom, and then take their letter, then take their position statement, and get continuously feed, the feedback to them, waiting at the steps they wait and don't take, and even reprimand Umaru Fofana. And we saw, and it shows something. Our country, when certain things happen, they sent international non-Sierra Leoneans to Sierra Leone for go do their own independent investigation and report. That did not happen by magic or by accident. Most of the time, what you see with these big corporations, you see we get 30 seconds, 1 minute, at most 5 minutes. But like Augustine.
Juma, we never have 5 minutes. It's 1 minute.
No, I don't say. I make I say at most 5 minutes.
At most, even when we get.
I have to be generous, T-boy. I have to be generous.
It's 1 minute, the maximum we'll ever have on international media houses like BBC, Al Jazeera, or CNN, and that will be the focus on Ebola. That is just
right. When it's extreme case.
Thank you. They want to consult their own so that they will be aware
the
of
the actions of Sweetbonita and a few people, you know, and other people that will do a lot of things behind the scenes, make BBC 1, 2, 3 times, send people, do coverage for almost 1 hour. CNN puts me on prime. So these things should not be taken lightly. You understand? So I highlight this for let people understand something. And with the APC thing, I would say that based on their 2 performance, APC is not just red and ready, but APC is ready, red, determined, and ready. And I'll tell you why. What have you noticed over the past 10, 15, 20 years when governance the change? What you see is mostly deflection. People deflecting from one political party from the opposition and go join the mainstream party where they in governance. What you have seen with the APC recently, for 5 years, they get an internal rift and confusion, and that is expected. But they maintained. They maintain.
There has been deflection from the other side to neutral.
To neutral, but not from APC to go SLPP. They maintain, they maintain, and you get other people that will sit down, they observe. So that is something that is not easy to manage, especially these 5 years has been a difficult 5 years. I don't know whether because the government, where the SLPP government not that tolerant, or APC their strategy really work for talk to the members and say people will add up the kiluna, rest they go up, telephone tariff they go up, you know, man then still maintain the add up. So man then for buy the 1 cup gari say, but then still maintain. So that is something that is good. So if you say APC is not ready, you're making a big mistake. But at the same time, Portloko Bobor says something where I don't want for let them as young people where they can take over the leadership of the APC, take for granted, for be comfortable, say, oh, SLPP don't do the work for we, they don't do bad work. No, you still have a lot of grounds to cover before elections. So once you get there, you have to work and show people the difference, because what people want to see is what alternative the APC they bring. And now only the young people then now where they can the new face, then now get for show that the new face. So that is on you. I just wanted to make that comment.
Thank you, Juma. Thank you. Thank you for the knowledge passed on to us.
Thank you very much, your comrade.
No. Not this one that does not know what he wants.
All right, so thank you very much, guys. I think I can get Femi for say something. Femi, do you want to say something to the guys, or do you want to ask any questions? I know see yourself now. One Diaspora, we don't talk about who bad name like Diaspora, and you always they make noise for the Diaspora. So yeah, you might want to say something to these guys, because head to head is definitely something that has a lot to do with the Diaspora participation in active politics in Sierra Leone. But anyway, why Femi they try for come and say something to the viewers them and to the 2 first guests them now head to head. I want to say thank you to everybody for really watch and tell now say yes, you're watching Head to Head 2023, the very first program we'll put together for start the political discussions on Sierra Leone media. And the reason why we feel to say this is very much important now, because people from the diaspora don't get plenty bad name as salon politics. People from the diaspora don't tarnish the name of the diasporans in Sierra Leone politics. So not just the fact say we don't get bad name, but we also don't do bad work within Sierra Leone as people from the diaspora. We don't help for make the country do side so as in the country to go backward. We don't help in real small way for develop for great entrepreneurship, great business scheme, great employment, but also the worst of what we don't do, we don't help for sink the country back as well. Because most of the corrupt practices, the way they happen as salon, I'm not going to say 90% of them is being perpetrated by the diaspora, but a huge amount of the diaspora then they fly back to the UK, America, or all the parts of the world with huge amounts of foreign currency being shipped out of Sierra Leone, where they can sit down for embezzle and enjoy for the rest of their lives, and left people in a salon to suffer the consequences. And we all don't see the effect of that. We all don't realize the effect of that. And I think it's about time we will begin to real diaspora and the accountable for the fact that they want to get involved in active politics in Sierra Leone, voting at their potential capacity, integrity, and how much work we feel to say they're able to do within their own political party, we go influence administrative structures in Sierra Leone. That is why we set up head-to-head 2023. So we begin all diaspora politicians, they will get aspiration for go take any kind of office in Sierra Leone accountable and even tell you exactly what's in ready for deliver. So I don't know whether Femi is ready to come and say something. Femi, can I come to you for just 1 minute? You got to tell people in hello and say goodbye. Because I know when you want to do something, they need to say hello and goodbye. They get involved. Mr. Palmer, and they can call you full name. What I call you full name? Then they wait for you. These are the full name.
And Sweetbonita, and the other person I could have a membership card for.
So you are not signing there already. You don't need for membership card for no way, but I know marketing.
The only thing no more will complain or get and would they write letter of protest, would they protest against APC and would they do a news blackout because APC people they balance for Kana CRGM media platform. Then afraid. So we go for the late complaint owner and with the whole big placard we get. Who saw office then in London and they go demonstrate since that they were headquarters there. Just like how I go BBC.
Juma, this will be a reassurance to you guys that myself and Sweetbonita will go take the lead in terms of encouraging all members.
Portloko
Yes.
Wait till they done.
No. Portloko Bobor.
Yes.
Don't put yourself on trouble. I've been here, please.
T-boy left them. T-boy left them.
No, you see, I need a challenge on leadership on that particular aspect. I don't need challenge you now because anything where a leader not get control over physically, emotionally, mentally, I don't commit into that. And definitely, I will take for sure.
But he say encourage. It encourage.
I think
Not they assure you say then they come. It encourage.
From Fiton to Portloko. If I
no, hold on, T-boy.
Well, listen to a statement. He said it encourage them.
okay, well, it's viewers, then they're out there, then they listen. So
what I need to say, the politics now, just now, we talk about accountability and transparency. Yeah? How do you want to go and give an office to somebody who not able to forecast sit down at the media and engage to viewers, his membership and the delegates? So this
they're gonna media. Not only they're gonna media, they're gonna other medias them, but they refuse for come to real media.
So this is why myself and Sweetbonita, it takes a lot in us. I remember we felt very anxious coming to this interview because some of us are not used to some of these things. We be not used no more. They say in our wait first na corner, let the other big one they go talk. But over the past couple of weeks, myself, Sweetbonitas, and others have been given the platform to do interviews with the APC UK&I platform, the WIAD, and now CRGM. So now what you can find out, with a building confidence in terms of public speaking and engaging with members of the public. So now we go out there to APC comrades vying for leadership position, vying for position that they have to work with other people. You need to come to CRGM and speak to the membership, speak to the delegates, and this is just a discussion, T-boy. We're just having a discussion, so we'll do that. Myself and Miatta will encourage members.
All right, so just possibly comments on that before we go. I just want to say, over the past couple of years, there has not been any APCian in office or out of office, as in ministers, parliamentarians, that we have an approach to have a one-to-one on the Sierra Leone media platform. Right up till last few days ago, we were approaching.
Not call him now. You're not planning to call him.
Juma.
Because still,
no, we have approached a huge amount of politicians on and off records. We have approached a huge amount of politicians on both political parties, even politicians who are aspiring to be parliamentarians under SLPP government right now as we speak, have refused to respond to almost all the contact that we have made to approach them to come on board and talk to us as the aspirants, not as anything to do with your political party or what you are going to deliver as a politician if you go salon for go contest for any election. That is all we want, because we want to hold you accountable for what you're saying, not for the political party that you're going to be supporting, but what you are going to do if you take that office day. Because the reason being, we don't have to forget bad name, and we still get huge amount of potential diaspora there. We're capable. Let's get them to get those positions and let them actively involved in those positions and deliver. Because when they deliver, they open the doors for other diasporans then will get similar intentions. But if they don't deliver, they are putting a barrier towards diasporans. Because, for example, if I am going to be a president of Sierra Leone at any given point in time, I will refuse to employ diasporans. Because guess what? If they embezzle, then thief, then go into fraudulent activities, they fly back with the money out of Sierra Leone. So I rather employ Sierra Leoneans then thief, then do all kinds of things, then we invest in the country, than somebody where they can invest in somebody else in bank accounts, which sometimes then go freeze the accounts within the space of a year or two. Because
so you employ that Sierra Leone where they go thief. Okay.
I just want to say, if it got to the worst, if I want to make two comparisons, I they take the best of two evils. The best of two evils for me right now will be a Sierra Leonean who lives in Sierra Leone that will invest that money in Sierra Leone, than a Sierra Leonean who will invest the money in a bank account in Europe that he might not have access to after like 2 months or 3 months. So that's the fact. So now we they say, come talk to me and can't pledge, you will see if to say you go for deliver as a politician to the people of Sierra Leone. Not for any political parties, because other you go govern, now Sierra Leone is the within another constituency, within another ward, within another municipality, within another area. And they are not just going to be Sierra Leoneans with APC, SLPP, PMDC, or UDM, or whatever the party might be. They are Sierra Leoneans. So what are you going to give to them? What is your offer to them? You're not going to be a representative of any political party or a parliamentarian for your political party membership no more. No, you can't do that. So basically, the reason why we have those two people here today, now because then they represent them political parties specifically. It's got nothing to do with elections in Sierra Leone, because they're not going to ask them questions, but what's in them go on for good and constituency in Sierra Leone or whatever. We ask them questions about what's in they want to do within their political party structures. That is what is relevant for today's show. And if we get any other aspirants who want to become MP now in constituency, for example, Portloko, we'll ask that person, what's your intention to the Portloko district or the constituency in Portloko? Not as a APC or SLPP party president, but as an individual coming from this part of the world, what differences you going to make? So that's the essence. So, but like I said to you, Portloko, I don't want to make you put that kind of tag there on you, because if we chase you for that tag, they will come back now and talk and say, Portloko Bobor, he said it's like for gets me, and but it has to happen. But that's not where we're going. But go on,
that's something we do in life. It's gonna happen, T. That's something we do.
No problem. We're looking forward to that.
The only thing we want to know, what are your availability? So we'll tell somebody you need to make yourself available.
We are available anytime you ring us. You have
no problem.
Definitely negotiate to find the date, to find the time that is convenient for you.
On board. That's a promise.
No problem. Thank you very much, Sweetbonita and Portloko Bobor. Well, now come to you, Sweetbonita. What will be your last message for today's show? And Femi don't come. My Femi is here. My Femi is here. Femi, over to you. I seize the interview. Now come to Femi. Get away, Mr. Farmer. Femi, I won't call you full name, but I saw you for you. You can know and put on the airport's new airport registration desk. Because right now this new one they can talk to them, not taboo name the it. Then I will taboo face them. Over to you, Femi.
Hello, Tibo. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear as usual.
You sure? I just check because man, yes, it can cock at times. I know, like I introduced me. I'm not supposed to be on air today.
I know, of course, I know that very well. I know, but this is not the very first head-to-head. So you get to put you face on the camera. You want now next week, go there, no problem. But this is not the first one. You have to register your own signature. So over to you.
All right. I make an say welcome, ladies and gentlemen, because they're not joined for almost hour. We see, but on the talk nowadays. But no. I'd like to thank we two na panelists them or na interviewees them. Anyway, we'll begin with Sweetbonita. Sweetbonita, you talk fine. Portloko Bobor, you talk fine. Me, I always try to represent the diaspora. So, on behalf of the diaspora, if una get una position them, we go hold una responsible for representing us na una party them. APC gets a big stake in what happens in Sierra Leone, and so does SLPP. And both parties over the last few years have employed key Sierra Leoneans from the diaspora, especially from England. And a lot of them they don't go let sweet down and don't go give you bad name. That's where you go to a salon at some point. We see in a diaspora. Well, you're not going to see that one, and you see from afar they can say, look at JC. You know, a lot of people don't represent we properly. So with the hope say una go be the change we want for see. And make una advocates to una party them or una party for make una go deliver or make them go deliver if then they represent una in government come 2023. Oh, now they will do this right now, sef. Come June 24. Now June 24. Come June 24, if una party win, we dey ask una for make una ensure say we voice within the diaspora be heard, not to just the political party members that within the diaspora no more forget a say or forget a looking or forget something. We're 7 million plus Sierra Leoneans, and a chunk of us they out of the country, and beaucoup of we get talent and ability for help for change the destiny of Sierra Leone. But we feel as if we feel as if we government them over the years, they not consider the greater pool of Sierra Leoneans in the diaspora worthy of being Sierra Leoneans. When they go into power, they can forget we. So the fact is some of we party them in our government now, and then forget when they mean in opposition, the federal we all fit together. Now when they in power, they don't forget all the promises that they make. So now APC Day tables on turn, APC Day at the position we most probably una go into power come mid this year. When una go with the ask una say una represent we first, as in una go with good character and una go deliver. And second, because una na diasporans them, una lobby for we the diasporans them. You go find one day say we will vote for Musa Widi as in full election. So I hope say, you know, as soon as the diaspora and them, unta self assuredly don't feel the pinch over the years that if or when una go into power, una able for deliver for Sierra Leoneans them and for Sierra Leoneans them that the diaspora we una the vie for them diaspora position at the moment. I'm not going to ever say anything again past Andy T-Boy. So over to you and not take me like that again.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for me, Farmer. I'm not saying you're not prepared for do what you do so, but yeah, that's the Sierra media mantra. You always go for be ready because when they call upon you service at any given point in time, even though not for say you're not ready, you still come and say something. But thank you very much. Again, I believe say you're a very strong supporter of the diaspora. That's why I think you should possibly make that statement because that statement was vital. Because for all what you don't say this today for the past 2 hours is very much different from what you don't say. Because you're now asking that they should represent us fully, gracefully, honestly, and with dignity. And at the same time, you go for bid for make yourself your own contribution become meaningful. And one of the things where they possibly request for the entire life of you staying in the diaspora, now for give you the opportunity for votes from here, which is what we are all looking forward to. So that's go down to waiting. Una really come on at the diaspora to go represent the diaspora in Sierra Leone politics. That might be possible. So Juma, Is there any more questions you want to ask the guest for today's show?
No, for me, it's not a question. It's just to commend them, both, now public again, because you see, and I say this, and people get for learn this thing, that when you see people who are striving where they do, appreciate them, commend them. Then they go make letter and do more and go inspire other people and for do. I commend them because I see the role where them play during the voter registration exercise. And the reason why I'm doing that, because me and you, now this platform, the three of we, waiting our slogan here, you vote now you waiting. You vote now you live. But you can only vote if you're registered to vote. So during the voter registration exercise, I saw Portloko Bobor doing his thing. I see Miatta Naya, they on megaphone, they go and una come on, I go vote, I go register, I go register, I go. So just to tell you guys that we camera them there, we see the good, the bad, and the ugly, depending on what we talk and at what time. And it's just to continue to encourage you, do what is right, do what is good for the general good, and then payback time will come. Not allow let anybody change you for be who that you not be. Or for say because Mr. A not do, where you been couching project, Mustapha, because other people are not supporter, you give up. You felt passionate about it. It comes back. I can tell T-Boy them, I get an older man where I meet Nakono in 2010-11. We were there on a recce thing we were there for do with politics.
And I have been go with you. And I've been go with you.
Yeah, T-Boy not been go with me. But this old man, and this is a lesson for we all. More so within our politics. The person we introduced we to a high profile politician. This older man, not a poor man. You're not poor. You know they wait for let somebody can get one bag dress or 500,000 for month. He own one whole street in a corner and a half part of another. So 1.5 street, all those the way they deny owner. You know what he tell me about the politician? He say, I beg, he say, una support this man, una all and fine. He say, una know why? He say, because this man, he been don't work. So he been don't gain people them before he they need the people them. So now it's time for let the people them show them gratitude. That's not only where you need people, you they go do things for them, because that's what we see with a lot of politicians. They only wait 5 years to 5 years where they need the people and vote, then go there, then go talk to them. But what you don't they do over the years, it will pay off. So don't give up. I just wanted to commend you for what you guys did, because the registration process now a critical moment in the electioneering process. So I just want to say thank you for Unayon contribution for push and enable people and for go register, so then go able for make sure say they exercise their rights on June 24th. Like that's what I wanted to say.
Thank you very much, Jumaba. And I believe say that time with me to go register, we get you registration slip. Sure. Sure. Well, anyway, thank you very much, guys. So Portloko Bobor, I'm gonna go to you, and what will be your last word for today's program? So they wrap up now. Over to you quickly.
Thank you. So
not giving speech again. I know.
Of course, I need to give speech again.
Cannot say speaker right now.
I want to say thank you to yourself, T-Boy, Juma, and Femi, for giving us this opportunity. Like I said earlier on, I felt very anxious coming into this, because it's only recently we all come and learn and speak to the media. So thank you for giving us this opportunity. I also want to say thank you to the branch, the district where they represent, when at the APC UK&I branch. I know I'll continue to make them proud, but I know these individuals have invested so much in me over the years. From the Portloko Bobor now to the Portloko man, becoming a man now, but the Portloko Bobor name don't stop now, me name now. You know, so that they do with me now, but me a man now, grown up. and they take responsibility, and they make mistakes, and they reflect, and so many things. So I just want to say thank you to so many people there who did not contribute in my life. But again, I always mention my kids, my parents, and my family, extended family, because I they go into politics, I they left UK every other month, I they travel, I get me mama, poor mom, taking the responsibility in terms of looking after my children. And they do immense job for me and my family. So I just want to say thank you to them. And also I want to say thank you to Miatta for over the years of service they give to me. In loyalty, in commitment towards my agenda, she has supported me through and thin. I want to say thank you to her. And at the upside, we go make the diaspora, we go make Sierra Leoneans and the APC proud, who will go take governance in 2023. For me, it's all about representation and advocacy. So I'll continue to do that. And I stand for integrity and accountability. T-Boy, even you or me to get relationship, if I do something wrong, please hold me into account and I'll come back and apologize or change my action of behavior. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for talking about Borbor. Me, you not get relationship, or not getting asking for this. So not saying me to relationship. I mean, for me, so T-Boy, so you look at most relationship. I make you call me. You get on the interview, man. So no business, no dealing.
No, we don't do relationship now. You know,
you deny politician in relationship, T-Boy.
Yes, I normally give me position because of me and you get relationship.
When the term reach, you
now they say so.
Portloko Bobor,
you no relationship. I talk about you just sit on that office day. You give me position, allowance. But over to you, Sweetbonita. What thing give you last message to you viewers and people who watch this program, particularly right now?
Well, one of my message would be to the viewers is, please, for those of you that are not sure who to vote for come 2023, June 24th, please vote for the mighty APC, because only with APC that change, a better change for our nation will come. Because we've seen what has happened in the last 5 years. And again, we should not be saying, oh, if I think, if I haven't. And please, Sierra Gem, I want you to please permit me just 2 minutes, because I need to go home and speak to my people, because I've been here since this about 2.5 hours now. I haven't spoken to them. Let me speak to them.
Go ahead.
Nyabodesia wuluilo wawu bo kena makaila mpuje moyamba bond nyawu manenema utega wiko yemi anyere ko wiwo ko egwa June 23rd, Jiwati Foma Komuno Koegla, Wolemuko Aliwu Kra Fuima, Moima, APC. APC ni ale awa henda yekbe molo enahun. Upe ukolo. Tem ya do tuonina na menya de gomude. Nya woman ene maha. Wati ma ya gwane. Ya fuipe a gao waiter. Gao lolu boda. Mufo ma Koegla me. Wolemuko nyabode se APC menya de gomu Koegla twe. APC ni tunuga kpe kenye black be tatu timi blana mende blana nemba blana soso blana kono blana fula blana juma gbe wugo loga ta ugulu ya juma ba fula mwimi tana kono bla siana uti boy be loga hinde jikpe abiema molo e na hu nyadego mukpe mu wa yega soso blana gbe si a APC so numu na de o APC timi black va mi ale de imi APC nu peva me to dunyinya so wulemu ko nya woman ne ma wulu ilo wudilo wudiamu ilo wu comrade manene lo wa ma ugama wati fu akomo ko egla mu mukra APC va tamale awa ko pe mo lo ehun nyabode si ago wi lo go wala ugama go mu yi pada. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to say, when it comes to the 24th of June 2023, please vote APC. It's only with APC that we'll be able to have a better Sierra Leone, and I'm sure it's going to be something that we'll all agree to. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you very much, Sweetbonita. But one thing I want to say, Mene blast and mene blast, oui. You know why I'm saying this? Okay, I'm saying this out of every joke. The one thing I like about many people is the fact that they are very proud of their language, regardless. regardless. That's one thing I like about them. And it is not a crime. I don't see that as any crime at all. That's one thing I am very proud of the Malay people. They will never leave any platform without using that word. Nyable, nyadesia, bondesia, awanai. That is what makes them who they are, regardless of their odd side, but they are very proud people of their tribe. And I think every civilian should be proud of their tribe. I'm not saying because you don't speak a language, that means you're not part of it, but no. For the fact that you are speaking your language makes you a proud civilian, and you should be proud of your tribe. It's a shame some of us can't speak our tribe. And sometimes I find myself to be maybe, some people will question you, say, well, what's kind of you need to talk about? It doesn't mean like that. But definitely the passion I have for me being a Konoman is very strong. Of course, we didn't say Fulama, but that's one thing I like about them. They're very proud of their tribe, and they will always speak it regardless whether they agree or disagree with you. That has nothing to do with the tribal line of what the Malay people think about their language. Totally different. But thank you very much, Bonita, for making that swift message in Malay. And I believe, with viewers and don't listen to her, and they appreciate the fact that you guys are here tonight and talk about your political aspirations in terms of what you want to do within your political party in the diaspora and especially in London. I think we'll be happy to host you guys back anytime from now if you possibly win the positions that you're looking forward to, and we'll see what can be done to follow up and possibly work alongside the trail of your career as you're building it up to become better politicians in Sierra Leone. So, Femi, do you have anything to say to viewers or your final message for today's program to the viewers before I come to Juma? Femi, let protocol and making business, taking time for each week. Over to you, Femi.
See, well, it's not a problem. I don't say it. See, now me, you look out for it. The platform will make before the show begin, and now they can do now. No, as I said before, thank you guys. It's been wonderful. I think some of we don't learn a little bit more about what's in una party thereabouts, the changes we don't see in the APC in the last few years seems to be positive. I like the idea, they're encouraging, new blood into the decision-making areas. You guys are fairly, sometimes I don't see na the party, but now for the diaspora, we don't see in Yeri, but a lot of young people. Apart from now, we don't see others people that really aspire for position, and again, a lot of young people. So, as a young person myself, I'm just 21. We would like to thank the people within at the top of the party, so then they actually give a chance to young people. In African politics over the years, decades, we don't see pass some man one die in a position, and that means and not just politics, even in administrative work it doesn't give a chance to young people for country if certain people that always did it. There is no such thing as succession planning, and then I see also they make people or communities and develop, because if you don't do some side, you don't learn, you don't bring somebody car under your wing, you don't show on the ropes, you don't get the opportunity for step into your shoes that means to say you don't develop you don't lend a hand to the community, to the country. So we gladly for CC una they bring in una party, they bring a lot of young people and we hope when una self gets there, una go remember the generation will come after una, then we won't picking we can picking their own position let's get younger people into politics. A lot of young people who talk so now, then they talk politics isn't for me, I don't vote. And if you not vote, that means to say you not get a hand in the decision making of your country. If you not vote for somebody where you think say might do better for your country, that means to say you don't actually vote for the opposition, for somebody where you not like. So it's our responsibility, it's our civic right for make we get out and go vote. So if na local elections or diaspora elections, una vote, una with this allow we dey listen to we, una self try make una go vote come June 24. Let we vote for the right people. Let not vote because this person na my brother, na my sister. Let vote for the right people who will know say go represent we in parliament, and no vote for the right president we go get we the country where we want see. For we picking them and we grand picking them to come. Because I think say for we sit down also, I think say that time they don't go. All we can do now for plant the seeds them we future generation then go benefit from. So that this is going to be my last word. When I come back to me, make I tell family and goodbye safe one time. Thank you for joining Sergeant Media. We're building a community here. Please like our page, follow us, share with who they do. We don't really get paid for this. We don't get paid for it, not even really. We do this because of the love for Sierra Leone, because not we all get for be Sweetbonita, not we all get for be Portloko Bobor. You know, some of we get for do and represent the country in other ways, and this is how we choose to do it. Juma na one way, and I get for do amu, but we dey watch him. We dey watch him attentively because he gets one heart so, he get one heart so. So when the time come, we go remind them, but all the boku talk we don't talk na so. And make a mistake, go misrepresent we the day we get the opportunity for Goyanda. Na igno. We go turn partner, go forgetting our brother.
Tabida music, you never see me coming.
Thank you very much, Femi. Portloko Bobor, Unarenga, then 2 people are looking for contest for UT. They don't overpass the age. Femi just turned 21 plus 30. How are you about that now? Well, over to you, Juma. What will be your last message for today's program?
Thank you so much, T-Boy and Femi. And I just want to thank again and appreciate Portloko Bobor and Sweetbonita, Miatta, Bainga, and Mustapha Conte. We now the formal names them, for coming our platform today and for putting heart in the ring. And because a lot of people don't already resign, say politics is not for sober human beings, not for straightforward people, not for trustworthy people, not for people that we get community at heart. Politics now for the wicked people and all of that. So I just want to remind people that waiting the young people demonstrate so, now what do they expect? Because if you don't mix politics, politics will mix you. Because every decision that happens gets political influence in them. They get political implications in them. And you don't really have to run for office for let you participate. But participation is key. One, you don't come today, you don't listen. Take the message. If you convince with waiting Portloko Bobor and Sweetbonita say na today, you believe say they can be a better representation for you. Take the message to people when are you APC party them if you're not an APC member. Take the message them to would-be delegates na the elections, so then we'll for vote for them. So when then they then we'll for represent you. But if you don't do that, then the wrong people go into politics, and then politics go become nasty, and they make the wrong decision. We go make rest go 600,000 for bag, $2 million, petrol no day, lights no day, water no day. Where your family member sick, you go to hospital, they die because doctor no day, and so on and so forth. And why is that important? The position that we Portloko Bobor and Sweetbonita they run for, they put them in a position where they go get for be delegates na the APC convention for go vote for the potential flag bearer. So if the APC flag bearer where they then go choose, or where they not get opportunity for choose, the wrong person go there, then that person win, we will get a president where instead of we say Alhamdulillah, we will say Subhanallah, which can balloon this wood on the farm. Is that what we want? Now that make we say we vote, now we live. And CRJ media believe say true art for talk, but I no more they bring peace because true no get surname. So support them, guide them financially, whichever way you can, for let them achieve their aspirations. Thank you so much. I will hand over back to T-Boy, and we will join on again soon. Good night.
Thank you,
thank you very much, Juma, for that, and thank you very much, Femi. And I want to say thank you to Portloko Bobor and Sweetbonita for taking your time for joining me this evening for the first edition of Head-to-Head 2023. We get for focus on politics, elections, and especially the elections where they happen at Salon, and people from the diaspora will want to participate in that election. So definitely we'll get for open the line and make sure that people are able to come on board and register their own interest for me then come and discuss and talk to me and tell me what's in their intentions. I want to say thank you to the viewers then we joined me for the first time today. I want to say thank you to them on YouTube, thank you to them on Facebook, and thank you for all your comments. And as we see the charts, I've seen so many people that possibly I haven't seen online on a regular basis, but the entire today for can listen to my message. And I believe say the message when I don't pass across to them will be something that they will take on board very strongly. Already people are already registering their support and votes and saying yes, we definitely will support you. I don't know whether those people are APCians, but definitely even if they are not, but they'll be able to pass the message on to the one they were APCians and way eligible for votes. Like a Sweetbonita say, we are all looking for a better change. Yes, the better change that we are looking for is the change that will bring the best out of Sierra Leoneans in their participation in politics in Sierra Leone. For sure, we're going to have this platform open, and we believe, say, from next week, possibly in between the days of Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're going to have either head-to-head. We have our regular programs on Wednesday, which is the How We Go to Inside the Republic, and we're also looking at bringing in more different things happening on the platform. So yes, the platform is open to dialogue, is open to discussion, is open to people who have ideas or who wants to do something that will be meaningful and beneficial to the community that we serve in the UK and Sierra Leone as a whole. But I want to say thank you once more for your participation, and definitely join me by next week for another edition of Head-to-Head 2023, and also join me for another edition of How They Go Inside the Republic. And we will be having a couple of surprises in between Wednesdays and Thursdays. Of course, Friday, one for Mekan specifically for Head-to-Head 2023. So until next week, from the Sierra Leone Media team and myself, T-Boy, Sylvester, T-Boy, Tamba, Duba, thank you very much for watching. And
thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, this na term for all Salon people and then party them. Sierra Media will be bringing you a variety of programs ranging from documentaries to discussions, interviews, news, views, sports, and entertainment. Our programs will contain matters on development, governance, the economy, and issues that are of importance to Sierra Leone. So, no left BNO because we get Bebe program then like Salon discussion, meets the ministers, the president's hour, and the Gladi program. Look me, I look you. All this they start soon. Now www.sarahjemmedia.org. Now who's term these?
Somebody. I do believe bad or unfortunate situations should bring out the best in us. Growing up, I've always looked at myself in the mirror and hated myself, asking so many questions. Why am I different from others? Then eventually my mother happened to explain to me one day that I become a disabled due to the 11 here what we had in Sierra Leone. I've had challenges from different aspects of life, from different phases. One, I can say psychologically, I've always had this low self-esteem. Before, I'd seen myself as not useful. I've also had this social and differences. I've experienced differences from social level at which people show some form of stereotype, marginalization, of course.
I love my country, but I usually say Sierra Leone is the country I hate to love. I do love my country, but my God, it's painful. So this, to me, the anger is not because my father and others have been killed and laid here. The anger is coming that we are not learning. We are making the same mistakes all the time. All the time we're making the same mistakes.
Hello, my name is Josephine Kamara. I'm the founder of You Can Do It Foundation. You Can Do It Foundation is a charitable organization based in Sierra Leone, West Africa. You Can Do It Foundation has been in existence for the past 2 years. We have been fighting gender-based violence against women and girls within the community. During the past 2 years, we have been offering psychosocial support, counseling, court fee, medical fee, including school items to the survivors of gender-based violence. However, during the lockdown of COVID-19, report received and confirmed that rape cases among a minor has increased tremendously within our community. Because of this, You Can Do It Foundation has secured the land to build an accommodation for the survivors of rape. However, this may almost become impossible without your generous support. We need your help to build this home for the survivors. Your help could be in cash or in kind. If you wish to join us to make a difference in a child's life, please go to our website, which is www.youcandoitcyf.org, or you can go to our GoFundMe page, which is Home of Hope for the survivors of gender-based, or you can contact us with the details at the end of this video. We thank you greatly for your generous support, and thank you once more for making a difference in a child's life.
Silverstone Beats.
People killing, people dying, children hurting, hear them crying. You can practice what you preach, or would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us, send some guidance from above. People got me questioning, where is the love?
See this life going evil, we all have to give, oh yeah, yeah. Cause all I see is evil, and too much killing of my people, yeah, yeah. So let's bless one another, yeah, yeah. So let's help one another. I sing again, yeah.
What's me, I don't see this kind of thing where they happen. This not for be education opportunity. Now in we need, let we learn for the share, not to attempt for big greed.
You see this life, the live, oh. This is where we lose and we know. Stop killing one another. Let's stand together, yeah. Stop playing the hero, looking at each other like we're zero. On the block with a C, money dip and make every day pan pre, yeah.
R.I.P. they
took our boys, they take our joy, take our joy. This are the time we stop now crime. Don't blind bodies like your future.
Stop the stabbing, stop the killing. Let's love one another. Peace.
I see fighting every day, I see dying every day. Why don't we help each other and pave the way for a better life, a life that we all deserve? Instead of killing each other, why don't we preserve? So you wanna be a bad man, he's gonna be a badder man. You got a big knife, he's gonna get a bigger knife. Our people suffered for years in chains. Now we turn on each other, cut for gains. For the ones that send the youth to kill themselves, you pretend to be a father figure but only care for yourself. You are nothing but the flesh of the devil. You're evil, low life on another level. Think about the mothers and the pain they go through. You don't care for these kids, they mean nothing to you. But karma only knows the boomerang maneuver. One day the green reaper will be your remover.
They settled the range, ranting up some sanctimonious food. Is as poetic verses, ruminate a prophecy given to a sentient dude. So I say it's as it is for you to listen and deduce the wisdom that's gonna liberate and galvanize you. Under the sun ain't nothing new, that for black on black crimes and breaking news. Under the sun ain't nothing new.
You gotta stand up. Stand up for what you believe in. Gotta stand up. Stand up for what is right. Cause if you got me, then I've got you too. Regardless of what you've been through. Even when you're feeling new. Where is the love? Do this if we try. There's no time to waste, no time. Together forever, whatever the weather. Us as a unit working together.
See, I did not love done, but me heart still a tongue. God don't lift me up, but me heart still a run. You will never go far if you don't know where you're from. So I don't do it for myself, I'ma do it for the young. Please to my brothers, let's do it for the youngers. Why spend a bag on a jumper? Back where you're from, people dying with hunger. With people then they suffer. You then I argue, they bluff, it's copper. You the game need for change, like we not get up. Where's the love? Where's the love, yo? Where's the love? I said,
where is the love? Little youth, let's take time. Stop all the knife and the gun crime. Think of the future, paint that picture. Get a youth in the future. Peace gonna rain on me. Peace gonna rain on me. Yeah.
Let's stop the violence and come together. Get rid of knives and guns and bombs, let's be together. With peace and love, golden hopes through storm and weather. See what is going on. Where is love?
Tell me, how do you feel when you see your brothers and sisters lying down the street helplessly? And what will you do if you die today and find yourself in hell? I want to ask you this. Look inside your eyes and answer me with all the truth. Where you get whose side the love they
When I left Boku man them get nef. If you live by the nef, you go suffer. You know get sense, you know sabi say nef not for butter. Stabbing guys, yeah that's uncool. When it comes to knives, yeah I'm anti. What happened to fighting guys with your hands, G? When you stab a man, it's not one man you stab. Just remember that you stab a whole family.
People killing, people dying, children hurt and hear them crying. You can practice what you preach, or you will turn the other cheek. Father, 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 help us, send some guidance from above. People got me questioning, where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? The love, the love. Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? The love, the love.
I love my country, baby. It's a love. It's a love. Now we're doing this. Cloud Diamond. Africa D-Block.
a beautiful love. We fall like unto the bone. Cause if it well, whose side we go, sweet alone. What a beautiful love. We fall like unto the bone. Cause if it well, whose side we go. Everybody me say well done. If we own this country so strong. Everybody me say stand up. If you like salon, say yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Then say yeah. Then say yeah. So good in the morning. The land is just gloomy. The moon is going. The cloud is forming. The cocks are crowing. Dew is falling. The bags are coming. Everybody running. Inside Switzerland today. The land is yummy. See the mommy they cooking fufu. The party smoking cigarettes. Rajo they watch baby musu. Way they find out the country rest. Right in West Africa, on the Atlantic Ocean. Inside this land, so much I can boast of. Look at the good plantation. From the beach I get meditation. Make me not well this nation. I get L-O-V-E for me alone. Yeah, for me alone. Love is alone, sweet alone. What a beautiful love. We fall like unto the bone. Cause if it well, whose side we go, sweet alone. What a beautiful love. We fall like unto the bone. Cause if it well, whose side we go. Everybody me say well done. If we own this country so strong. Everybody me say stand up. If you like salon, say yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Then say yeah. Then say yeah.
I know a L-O-V-E-C where love was an end of place where sweet like gold. We got diamond, boxer, silver and gold. So that we make count for the young and old. I mean for let we serve, help we serve. Also you come from the bars, you want for put chest. Peace, love and unity, now you for put first. Cause the jealousy and watch that don't make sense. Togetherness is what we bring for we success. So get up and go walk, or sit down for the top. Or criticize the government just for mix up. But start on the pace, so we need for put stop. Life for hustle for you all, no matter how you struggle the boat. This life without pain, not easy, not in the zone. Just forget to live in home, myself can go slow. We like to say I go, I never forget about this home.
Sweet alone, what a beautiful love. We fall like unto the bone. Cause if it well, whose side we go. Sweet alone, what a beautiful love. We fall like unto the bone. Cause if it well, whose side we go. Everybody me say well done. If we own this country so strong. Everybody me say stand up. If you like salon, say yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Then say yeah. Remember say, sweet alone how we each and every one God take care of his own. We all remember say, this country now we each and every one for take care of us alone. I will exalt thee, realm of the free. Great is the love where I get for salon. I got enough track of one for maintain this my land. No matter the situation, I get love for salon. I got enough every day, no day pamphlet. Blessing up picking go school, make it go land the boo. I don't owe me all like farmer, put the country pattern for any attack. Me the way me boo. I got enough every day, no day pamphlet. Blessing up picking go school, make it go land the boo. I don't owe me all like farmer, put the country pattern for any attack. Me the way me boo. Sweet alone, what a beautiful love. We fall like unto the bone. Cause if it well, whose side we go. Sweet alone, what a beautiful love. We fall like unto the bone. Cause if it well, whose side we go. Everybody me say well done. If we own this country so strong. Everybody me say stand up. If you like salon, say yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Then say yeah.
Famous. No, yeah, yeah. See, where are the things
so good. Now me know how to feel. Where they sing so. Now me know how to feel. Ain't God, you just see them the miller. Why she comping just a better? You see them no more the miller. Why so the man to return for? How you gonna live this life just for the fella another person now? How you gonna live this life just for the fella you brought them in down? Ain't God, yeah, lily, lily, yeah, yeah, lily, lily. Oh God, this thinking make I wonder why me no for carry gold. Hey God, this thinking make I wonder why me no go get ill. Hey, this thinking make I wonder why me no go get sensei. And God, this thinking make I wonder why me where you know say some of them get seven, them get sour, right around them ways. Oh God, some of them get smelly, them get to where you know go know famous. I don't know who I have forgot. Now this wall we're full of wickedness. Yes. I don't look left and I don't look right, but grandma can tell me say some problem can and I fall look under your foot. Look under your foot. Look under your foot, mama, look under your foot. Now look under your foot. Look under your foot, yeah. Look under your foot, mama, look under your foot. Ah. Oh God, this thinking make I wonder why me no for carry gold. Hey God, this thinking make I wonder why me no go get ill. Hey. This thinking make I wonder why me no go get session. And God, this thinking make I wonder why me when you know say some of them get similar, them get to do right here on their ways. Oh God, some of them get tighter, them get seven. You know, go know. Hey, famous.